Hello, everybody. Doing more Sonic Unleashed today. We should hopefully finish off all the secrets. I don't know if we will, but we don't have that many left, so it makes sense that I would. After which, it's probably on to a different Sonic game, so that's cool. Looks like I have everything set up. So I need to make my phone do the right thing there. Yeah, there we go. Let's get started. I released a video today. That's pretty cool. Quite happy with it. It's not quite My Friends Ruined content, but it is certainly, very enjoyable. So let's make sure speed hack is enabled. It is. All right. That means we're gonna do our customary first like of the stream. Badoop. And that should speed us up. Cross fingers. Should only take 10 seconds. Why is it taking so long? Hello? Yeah, that's interesting. Why is it not updating? Because I didn't actually start the code? Because I didn't actually start the code. There we go. We're going to manually set it to 1.1, but it is definitely working now. Alrighty. Where did we leave off? That is the question on everybody's minds. Looks like we still need item 162, so let's get right on that. Oh, and hey, thanks for the immediate like. Oh my goodness, everybody's here immediately. That's crazy to me. Hello All-Star and hello Redbeard. Wow. Quick, so quick. Everybody's on my stream making my job harder. Hello everybody. Wow. And thank you for the congratulations. Oh goodness, where was I? I need to make sure chat's open so that I can see y'all without full screening just the chat port. Yeah, there. Okay. Yeah. So we're going to get right started on item 162, which is Movie 18, 5th Continent Night Stage, Shamar Act 2. Get on top of the building ruin mentioned for Movie 10. See the narrow wall that is left side, the way you normally go with the fire. Carefully walk along the top of this wall, and you get far enough, a flying enemy will appear that will take you to the item. Interesting. All right. We are off to Shamar. Shamar Act 2. Scorched Rock. Let's get started. I want to interact with chat, but I want to just mask the thing that shows how many viewers I have, because I'm always gonna pretend I have a few viewers, even if I don't, right? All right. We're looking for secrets. Now, this secret referenced here is movie 10, so I have to figure out what that is. So we're gonna do this fight, and then we're gonna also read the movie 10 secret, just to make sure I know what the fuck I'm doing at all. And reminder to all those watching that if you like the video, it makes my job harder. It makes the game go faster, which gives me less time to react to stuff. Right now it feels slow as balls. Boost mic, really? Really? Boost mic? Haven't gotten that one before, it's always this volume. Right? Checking OBS. Beep a doop a doop a doop beep boop beep boop. Yeah, I don't know what you want from me. I can talk louder. I recommend you turn me up. Sorry. I can turn the emulator down like that, but I think it's pretty good as is. Why don't I pop up in my stream and listen to myself? La 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 la. Yeah, I did adjust the position of my mic on my headset. Yeah, that probably did it. Anyway, it sounds good to me, so we're gonna stick with that. I'm gonna get right back to the game, and when I say right back to the game, I of course mean right back to reading the guide because I have to read how to get movie 10. After the enemy in front of the building ruin involving both pink and green enemies, go towards the boxes and the 30 ring to the right, then towards the screen. Okay, so there's an extension off of that. Get on top of the building ruin. See the narrow wall that is the left side of the way you normally go with the fire. Carefully walk along. You get far enough, a flying enemy will appear. Okay. Getting right to it. Yeah, I did move it closer to my mouth. That is what happened. Almost definitely. Woo! I still want to pop up here just to see. I forget what's in here. I probably already got it. Yeah, I did. It's a little swirly path upward. But this isn't where we're going yet. We have to do a fight with pink and green enemies. All at this incredibly slow pace. Wow, this is nuts. Okay, here we go. We gotta fight. And you gotta break the water while the guy's next to it. Okay. Here's a 30 coin. There's a building ruin I'm supposed to get on top of. This is the correct sort of area. Interesting. Alright. Am I understanding the directions? Where am I going? There's like a ledge I'm supposed to be following. Maybe I have to keep going. What's down here? Here I'm supposed to go like towards the camera. I think. Yeah, no, that's not it. Okay. We're gonna hunt for secrets the way we normally hunt for secrets. We just kind of explore everything we can as we move along, and if we somehow miss it, we'll backtrack. Yeah, this already feels like we're too far, but it could be that we're not. There's like a ledge with a bird we're supposed to be looking for. But he says it's like on top of a ruin. There's so many secrets in this game. It's so hard to keep track of everything. Maybe it's over there. It's that ruin. What's this? Oh no, that's not what I wanted. I just wanted to walk to the edge of the ruin thing here. And once again fall off because I'm so bad at controlling my character here. Okay, here we go. Is there anything interesting over here? No, there's just this thing. I don't need that. Alright, moving along. Gotta kill these birds. Yeah, gotcha. Alright. Is it this ruin I have to worry about? It has pink and green enemies. This is the right area. That's not what I wanted. Okay, this also has a 30 coin, so this is good. We're looking for some sort of ledge? Oh, I see the secret. I saw it. I just spotted it. Alright. Oh, I have to get up to that ledge. I bet that's it. So I already got the secret down there. But they're talking about, like, you have to do some esoteric sort of parkour up from here. You're supposed to spot the secret from down there, and then you jump up here. You're supposed to follow this. Oh, this is so clever. I love this game so much for its secret hiding abilities. Thank you for the like. We are here to get this last little secret. There should be a bird that appears now. Yeah, hello bird. Yeah, we're already at 1.3 and we just barely started the stream. Oh my goodness. It's a shame we're almost done with the game because I'm very much enjoying farming it for views. Yeah. Give me that. All right. Feels good. That's another secret checked off the list. We've got our paper. We've got our pen. 162 is done. Feels good. Now on to 164. Now that we have Secret Movie 18. 164. 7th Continent Night Stage, Eggman Land, Act 1. After the elevator ride, before you throw the crate at the breakable floor, there's a high ledge on the left side of the hallway. Climb up for an item. Alright, off to Eggman Land. Whoop. And we're here at Act 1, Infiltration. Ooh. I am really enjoying putting effort into videos. It's fun. Because even if I'm, being adult in some of them or compulsively interrupting my friends, it's still fun to watch, just hanging around, goofing off. Like, I watch my own videos fully through multiple times, even after they're done. And on one hand, that's egotistical, I'm sure. But on the other hand, it's just fun to watch myself hanging out with my friends. It's just reliving things that I'm already doing and enjoying anyway. Woo. It makes it all the worse though when I still somehow manage to, miss like a mistake. Like if I can't spell baloney, even though I'm spelling it better than I thought I thought some people spelled it. It's like, like what the hell is a pallet furnace? I will never live these down, even if no one else cares. But I'm not big enough to have people correcting me in the comments yet, so it is my burden to bear until someone else notices. Yeah, what am I doing again? We're at 164 after the elevator ride before you throw the crate at the breakable floor. We already went and got that secret up there. Alright. We are secret hunting. Here's the elevator ride. I probably have to redo this elevator multiple times because there's going to be secrets all over that I have to find. Like there's gonna be something over here that I didn't get. You can tell on the mini map there's gonna at least be. Okay. I have to deal with these. There's at least gonna be something here as well, and I'm probably gonna have to go back and do this multiple times. Come get it, you stupid bees. I have more lives than there are individuals of you. Get out of here. Oh my god. It's the one punch man scene. Alright, come on. Yeah. Just a 50 coin. Damn. One, two, three, four. There we go. That's what I want to see. Punch that ground. Woo! Okay. Alright. We have to spam buttons for a little bit. And then we will have our secret, ideally. Getting spammed to death if only we had one life instead of 14 of them. There's supposed to be 15. I actually don't know where the 15th is. Probably on like the final level or something. Okay, there's something here. 100, but not a like secret. Is there anything else I need to know about? This is after the elevator, but before the break. We're after an elevator, but we're before a breakable floor. That's what I want to see. There should be a ledge somewhere, like right there. Hello there, secret. I like getting secrets. That's a very forgiving hitbox. Let's take the metal one down. I forget if we'll need it, but it can't hurt. Get out of here. Alright, I think that's everything I needed. I should really be checking if more of my secrets are on this level, but I think we're good. Alright! Yet another secret cleared. That's 164. 165 is next on the list after we just got movie 20. We're looking for movie 21. Eggman Land Act 2. After the conveyor ride, where you have to carry a metal crate to avoid being burned, there's an enemy battle. Put that crate in the left-hand corner of that room toward the screen. Double jump up to a I thought I got that. I guess that's another one where I, like, died while trying to get it. That's what makes sense to me. I'll do it again. It doesn't hurt. Which act was it? Act 2? Act 2. Oh my god. Yeah, we're really close to the end of the game today. It's kind of crazy. Let's go. Let's get this over with. Was that too far? Did I go too far? No, there's another similar segment after. I was just thinking of a different level. I think that was both fire mages in one go, which is pretty cool. Reminder to all those watching that if you like the video, you can make my job harder. Make the game go faster. I already got that one. Yeah. This one over here is just a resource thing now. Alright. Grab you. Yeah, and there are the crates with the fire. Okay. So we step on this. It reverses everything. Or some of the things. And then we have to take one of these all the way. Which means we have to not fail these. Like that. Good thing I have so many lives in this game, right? Yeah, that's what I want to see. Alright. We can use this crate now. This crate has functionality to us after this battle. And I think we're using it to reach the spinny thing I just spotted. No, that was an intended spinny thing. Yeah! Block him when he teleports. I'm just now, after I'm in deep post game, and I'm finally understanding these enemy patterns. I feel like if the game were a little harder in that regard, it would be a more engaging experience. Because right now, as it stands, you can just kind of button mash, but like there is real stuff to be learned about the enemies. All right, I'm supposed to put this here and then jump on it. Oh no, there's a ledge right there. Okay. Yeah! Hello, secret! Oh, that's what I want to see. What's going on down there? Not my business. Okay, we're on Eggman Land Act 2. Is 165... Sorry, no. Okay. This is our last movie that we have to get before the final thing you get in the entire game. So I think I am just moving on from here. But I do still have to get documents. Yeah, we'll finish this here. Cross off 165, which feels very good. Oh yeah. Now we actually take inventory of every single secret document we've yet to collect. And once we've done that, we are all set. Oh no, we still have to get 3 sun medals, I think, after that. Just quit? Why would I just quit, Sonic? I'm like almost there. Look at this. Check this out. Look at all the music tracks I have. I have all the illustrations. I'm also going to brag about that. You can stop my games? Why would I stop? No. I'm having fun. I'm almost there. I've been a chat detractor before. Yeah, look at all these. I have all but the final movie at 180. Oh my goodness, I just got 2 likes. Thank you so much. Alright. Anyway, so it's movie 180, and then we're going to take stock of everything we still need to get. So, we're looking at 191. We're looking at 201. I'm using the back of the paper, which I was using for something else. So that's, contaminating. Okay, there's a bunch of stuff here. 206, 209, 212, 214, 215, and 216. Yeah, okay. So we have 8 secrets left to collect. Oh boy. That's we're getting real close. So let's start with 191. Let's just ask, where is it? Fourth Continent Special Mission. Okay, we have 2 on a Fourth Continent Special Mission. So 191 and 201. We're going to take a peek at those. Holoska Time Attack 2 and Holoska Time Attack 1 in the middle. Okay, gotcha. So the first one is Holoska Time Attack 2 in front of the checkpoint that is in front of the tunnel. Yeah, I can work with that. Holoska Time Attack 2, let's go. All right, this could be a little rough, just because we do still have to get there in time, so we can't completely dawdle. But it's Holoska. I've practiced these a lot. I think the worst part might actually be making sure that we hit it, because these can be a little tough to hit. Ah, shit. Shit. Yeah, I missed it is the worst part. So even if I finish, I still have to get that. So we have to retry that now. I guess I just got to use the square button. Slow the fuck down, Because what's it matter if I beat the thing if I don't actually get the secret? So we're going to try that again. Holoska Time Attack 2. This might be my least favorite. Because it's so hard to control. Like, I can deal with it in the Eggman Land stage, because, like, it's minimal, and you should be able to control it a little bit with square and whatnot if you're good about it. Yeah, it's being finicky. Okay. Here we go. Getting a lot of extra time, though, which is nice. And missing all of these. Wonderful. Ah, shit. Got it. There we go. That's what I want to see. Woo! All right. Hello, visitor. Who have we today? Let me pull up Discord. Karnathi again. It is Karnathi once again. He's joined us.
Am I a microphone? I am.
You are a microphone. Hello. Did you see the video?
I watched the entire thing. It's good.
Nice. Thank you. Oh, that helps.
I hate being like, oh man, just watching myself.
I love watching myself.
No,
I hear that from a lot of creators that they don't like watching themselves. I would get that a few years ago before my voice dropped, but
I like it and I shouldn't like it. It makes me nervous.
Like watching yourself makes you nervous?
No, that I enjoy it. I don't know. I feel like that's how you become Elon Musk, is you watch videos of yourself talking in front of people and being like, fuck you.
Well, I think I'm entertaining. I think my friends are entertaining. I'm not ashamed of it.
No, you should. No, this is
edit my videos
totally me word.
such that I think they're entertaining, and I hope that makes them entertaining for the others who watch them. Anyway, we're at 201. Fourth continent, special mission, Alaska, middle of the giant tilting ice sheet. Oh, that's really annoying to get. Okay, I could do that, though. So we are on our last stretch of secrets. We have 201, 206, 209, 212, 214, 215, and 216. And then 180
Nice.
at the very end, after, when we get our Giga final mission.
Giga filing.
Yeah, it's the it unlocks when you have all but one of the secrets, and the last secret is in that one. And apparently, it's like a secret.
Oh,
It's a secret movie.
that's cool, actually. Damn.
Yeah, so we are proper 100%ing this game. I have a thing on me. Ow. Okay, this is supposed to be a time attack, so I'm not taking this fast enough by any means. But that's okay. We are just here to find one secret.
I did want to mention, so again, because this is a PS2 game, I keep thinking that for some reason you're playing Kingdom Hearts. Um,
We
there's
could
a
very well get to it. Middle
oh
of the ice
god,
sheet. Middle of the ice sheet. There it is. There it is. Okay, now it's about speed. And my controller is somehow getting stuck on a particular angle. I have to replug my controller. It does that. Yeah, there it is. It just did that. It gets stuck on that input, and I don't know what to do about it.
oh that's awful.
But it only does it sometimes.
That's worse.
Well, but it's based on whether it's based on a random something or other that changes or like reseeds every time I plug in the controller. So if I just
Mm,
replug it, there's a good chance it'll be fine.
it's interesting. Anyway, the thing I was saying, there's a oh, I don't remember which Kingdom Hearts it is because I fundamentally don't care. But there's a thing. It's whatever one has Mulan in it, where you are fighting a complete horde of Heartless, and it's really cool because they're absolutely everywhere. So you're just in the midair doing like jump. It's a really cool scene. It's awesome. And whenever I see Sonic being badass and cool, it makes me think of that.
Cool. Alright, I plugged my controller back in and it's not registering at all, so we're gonna retry again.
I needed a controller for a while because I
There we
wanted to
go.
play some drifting game, which is only playable. You can't play a racing game on a keyboard, really.
You'd be
Um,
surprised. I've played a
that
lot on a
that game.
keyboard. I'm only playing this on a controller because it's PS2
If you want to get good at that drifting game with a controller, you may do so. I am not
with a
with a
keyboard.
keyboard. Yeah.
I play
Um,
Brawlhalla on keyboard, or I did.
ugh, yeah. But I was at a thrift store and I found a third-party controller. I was like, oh, wonderful. Okay, I'm just gonna get this. It was a very little-known company, and it was so little known that their company email on the back was a Gmail address. And
Very
I still think that
professional.
is, yeah. And it was like a like a fully official controller. It wasn't some little weird 3D
Yeah.
printed doodad. I don't know. That really made me laugh when I saw that it was just some dude's Gmail.
Well, if you have a domain, you can still set up a Google inbox with that domain. I
It's
need to
true.
do that with my domain.
One interesting. So I've had to contact companies for stuff a lot, and lots of them will straight up ignore you if you have a provider thing. Like if you have a Gmail or a iCloud or whatever, they send you straight to spam. They don't even give you the time of day,
Damn.
which is super awesome. Interestingly, I don't know how they know what domains are. It's probably just they have a big list that says if it's from Gmail or iCloud or whatever. What I'm getting at is for some reason DuckDuckGo's throwaway .duck at duck actually got past one of those for me
Huh.
once, and they actually gave me the time of day. So I guess my lesson here is try if you don't have your own hosting provider, um, try like a weird email, and maybe
Okay,
that will actually
but
work.
like what I'm saying is that you can still have Google's SMTP servers do the legwork for you
Yeah, but that, I mean that would defeat the point if you have to
with your own
forward it through.
personal.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I
yeah,
honestly
if Gmail's
wonder
not
if
working for
you,
you though.
yeah, I honestly wonder how many companies, if you try to reach out and be like, "Hello, I am also a company," if you reach out from a Gmail, no matter how good your service is, will just ignore you and won't give you the time of day because they assume that you're just a spammer or whatever.
All right, there's a secret. First, I have to get all the. Um, no, I don't even have to reach the end. I just have to find the secret before I get all of the treasures. And I can't remember where the secret is now, which is annoying. Oh no, I know where it is. Excuse me. It's right back at the beginning. I only have 40-something seconds to find the remaining treasures, though.
Okay.
There's one of them. This is a level I have to like. Oh no, there's the final one. Okay. Well, I I didn't actually complete the. I didn't do what I wanted to do because the thing I want is at the very beginning. Because I remember getting it yesterday in the main stage,
Ooh.
so I have to do that again. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm split on what I want to do after Sonic though, because I've been looking at like looking at other Sonic games. I want to dick around in Monster Jam for a while. I want to continue my project with having Morshu read
God,
all the
yeah.
protagonist lines, but that's not doing numbers on YouTube. That is just funny to me, and I will absolutely continue to do it exclusively because it's funny to me. But I would also like to do some numbers.
What game I want you to play, other than Ultra Hell, which I think would make a good for like a short little video or is it as an intro for something,
Hmm.
is Hotline Miami? No, not that one. Shit, what's it called? Sorry, hang on. Heat Signature, which I think you would really enjoy.
Hmm. Heat
It is
signature.
a it is a top down. I guess it's a beat 'em up. Fly your little spaceship into other spaceships, and then it docks, and then you're in their spaceship, and then you have to do something, either kill someone or kidnap something, along those lines.
Oh.
And you have to, and it's basically like I don't know. I don't want to talk more about it because I want you to be kind of raw, but it's
You want me to
really
be
cool.
kind of raw. Blind, yeah. Probably top candidate though is Hollow Knight. Because
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
talked about doing that yesterday. You were there, and I've been thinking about it since. I'm like, yeah, I really do want to do Hollow Knight.
Damn, I do want to play Hollow Knight.
it, it's just it's been hard to justify devoting the time. But now that I have like the YouTube channel as a project, it's like different, you know.
Mhm. I think that's reasonable. Get in the hole.
Get in the hole.
Oh, is my spacing wrong? Sorry,
Hey, thank you for the like.
I have a. Oh, someone. Oh no, it goes faster.
Gotcha.
I have a. I'm making a 3D printed thing for one of my pieces of test equipment, and it is, I think, slightly wrong.
Oh.
This this is why cool kids don't do holes, particularly for prototypes. You do slots instead.
Ah. Well, you
Is
see,
it?
the only thing I've designed for a 3D printer was A, with the help of someone who actually does 3D printing stuff, and B, oh, I missed, I lose, damn it. And B, had no holes or slots or anything. It was one piece. I probably have one of them in my room, but I don't want to search for it now. They're button pressers for a 3DS. So you get
Wait.
your 3DS. I have
Uh-huh.
it's in my white bag. Where to put my white bag? It's probably in my mess of bedding somewhere. I'm positive. Oh no, it's right here.
Uh,
Okay.
for
Yeah.
chatters that don't know, all his possessions are color coded and in different bags. So the white bag is for like one-time projects, and then he's got like a green bag for
So
food.
I know you're kidding, but also I have two bags, a white bag and a black bag, and when I was traveling around the West Coast, it was like I actually did have to like kind of sort them, and the white bag was the one I would take out. Look, I got it at Powell's Books. It's got a skeleton carrying a bunch of books on it. Isn't this great? Anyway,
I can't see you. I'm so sorry because I'm
uh,
not watching the stream.
yeah, but I'm still in the corner. Anyway, I'll show you later.
You are?
Yeah, I've
Oh,
got
you
my
are.
little
Hi,
webcam.
you're so
Hello.
little.
Yeah. Anyway, so the idea is you have button pressers that go over your buttons. Like here, I can even make it full. Like I can make my webcam full screen. Here, check this out. Okay, so you see a DS, right? You put a
Mhm.
button presser here, you put a button presser here, and you walk around in circles in Nimbasa subway, and you hatch eggs, and it's perfect. It's beautiful. I'm a big Gen 5 guy, and the Gen 5, specifically Gen 5.1, although I started on Gen 5.2, specifically in Gen 5.1, as soon as you hit Nimbasa, it's really easy to get level 100 Pokemon, because what you do is you put your Pokemon in the daycare back on Route 3, because it gives you access to the daycare so early, and then you, and then you go to the subway and you walk in circles overnight. You just leave it on.
Damn.
So that's how I beat Pokemon Black.
One, that's cool. Two, you are once again making me grateful that I could not care less about Pokemon.
Oh, I love Pokemon.
I'm
It's
so happy that
They're
I do not
really
have a
good
framework.
games.
Mm. You were saying this about a game you have just invented a device to not have to play.
No, 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 no. To be cheeky about not playing. I love playing it. I've
Mm.
since replayed it fully intentionally because it's a fun game and I enjoy it. It just
Very well.
okay. The other argument too is that I kind of wanted a game to grind and RuneScape wasn't doing it for me. So
Oh, add that to the list too.
yeah, I don't like RuneScape. I like watching RuneScape because I don't have to do all the grinding. But like with Pokemon, you don't have to grind it. Lots of people do extremely minimal challenges where they barely do anything and still manage to beat the game. And those are incredibly interesting. Watch any small ant Pokemon video. But then, beyond that, especially the later you go in gens, it's just not a particularly hard game. But like, there's still a lot of nuance to it, especially if you get into like competitive.
I think the only Pokemon content I've consumed was I got into a kick of watching someone do soft lock picking.
Oh yeah, I like Picaspree. I also know a good chunk of the Poketubers. I know all the Skyrim tubers and a good chunk of the Poketubers.
Um,
There
yeah,
it is.
and there was something else. Jaden Animations
Yeah,
did some
Jaden did a
Pokemon thing.
couple of lock type challenges. Jaden's done a lot of Pokemon stuff. No, I have unknowingly met a Poketuber too.
That's
I
funny.
Yeah, no, okay. So I went to Long Island Retro,
Mhm.
and we did a big Gen 5 thing there. It was all over uh, anywhere. If you care about Gen 5 Pokemon in the year 2024, you knew that Long Island Retro was happening. Is the point? But I was looking through photos after the event, and I was in a photo with Papacy, who's a small but not insignificant Poketuber. Who does a
That's
lot of like
awesome.
fun fact videos, and I didn't have a good grasp on his face yet because he hadn't done that many videos with his face. But it's like, oh,
Mhm.
that's Papacy. And then in
I
his
was
next
in there.
video, he talked about LI Retro, and I'm like, hey, look at that! I'm in the same photo as him. My
That's pretty
big
cool.
giant grin. It was a good time. I can't wait to go back. I hope to be on the West Coast next time LA Retro takes place, though. So we'll see how that pans out. What was I doing? I just hit 206, and then I started yapping. Uh, but we are headed right back to 209. Fifth Continent Special Mission. Shamar time attack from the beginning. Keep to the right. Go through the boxes. Now hit the checkpoint and hit the boxes on the other side to find a hidden spring. The next area, after a couple of boosters going across the gap, take the ramp left up to the item. Okay, from the beginning, keep to the right. Find a spring, then go to the left. Alrighty, here we go. Time attack is the worst to like look for secrets on.
Because it's like the antithesis.
Oh no, that's Gather Rings at
Oh
top speed. I clicked the wrong one.
no, you know what game I want you to play? Okay,
No
this requires.
promises.
I know. This requires a little bit of background about me. Okay, I do not play multiplayer games. Um, Mostly because there's just not any that I really enjoy.
Magic the Gathering is
Um,
multiplayer. Hold on.
what? I don't play
You
Magic.
don't play Magic. Never mind. We have a Magic roll. I thought you had it. Never mind.
No, sorry. Um, so there are very, very few exceptions, and I particularly don't play multiplayer shooters because it has that issue where you play the single player for a while and you're good at it and you're having a good time, and you go to multiplayer and get curb stomped for 8 days straight, which isn't something that I want to experience. Like I don't that's not what I'm in for video games for, is getting like really, really good at one game. That's not something I'm interested in. Pointy point is there are two exceptions.
Huh.
Actually, I'm gonna make you guess. What is one of the only shooters I play and enjoy? Multiplayer shooters.
Quake?
That's. I just said I don't like competitive, and you said the most competitive
No,
thing.
Quake you can just shit around though, is the thing. It really depends on who you're with.
Okay, very well. Not Quake. No.
Okay, well I definitely missed the secret, so I'm gonna have to go back and do this again. Shooters that non-shooter people like. I don't know, I'm also a non-shooter person. I don't really play shooters.
What is the silliest of the shooter games?
Totally accurate Battleground Simulator?
Oh, okay. Correction. What is the second silliest one that's published by a large company?
It's, I don't have it on my in my head,
It's
sorry.
Team Fortress 2. I
TF2,
play
TF2,
TF2.
okay.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Because it's dumb and you can do silly shit, and also people aren't dickheads. Um,
Well, most people are.
the other one is very funny because it is the direct opposite. It is solely populated by incredible tryhards because nobody who plays the multiplayer about that game isn't incredibly passionate about it. I love the multiplayer for Sniper Elite 5.
Hmm.
Or actually, it might be 4. I don't know. Whatever the older one is. The multiplayer population, I think, is genuinely about 50 people.
Hmm.
There is usually a bunch of servers up with about maybe 20 people playing, and a lot of the time it is 0 because everyone's asleep.
Ah, damn. I kind of feel
Um,
that way about Spleg sometimes. One of my first videos on my channel, which is now uh, privated, but I would do a reaction to it if people gave me enough money, is me playing Spleg on the hivemc.eu, which is like you try and spleef people, but you're like shooting eggs in order to do it out of like a shovel. I don't know. It's weird. But somebody either licensed it or remade it on another server, and there's exactly one server I've been able to find that actually hosts it and has people, but there's like 2 other people. Like, it's a nightmare just to get a game at all. I've sat in that lobby for
yeah.
20-30 minutes like last year, and it's one of those like dinky servers that's doing anything in its power to get any recognition whatsoever, so they keep changing their name and shit. It used to be
Uh,
called like Random Craft. I don't know. I miss Spleg. uh, I was awful in that video, and I still managed to win a game.
nice. Well done.
I thought I
But
was hot
yes.
shit back in the day, but it turns out everyone is really bad at it.
um, but so Sniper Elite is a. You might be thinking, wait, hang on, this is a solely sniping game. That's a terrible multiplayer experience. Correct. It's miserable. I love it to bits. It is entirely about hiding in a corner and then slowly run and like quickly dashing places. It's very, very tense, and because there's few people and people get bored, you can still kind of get lucky and do pot shots. It's very fun
Huh.
and like a good kind of stressful. It's tense. It's very tense.
I have to look up exactly where I'm going on this. 209. Go through the boxes. Now hit the checkpoint and hit the boxes on the other side to find a hidden spring. In the next area, after a couple of boosters and going across a gap, take the ramp to the left up to the item.
I do enjoy you playing like National Treasure in Sonic the Hedgehog. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
You're gonna find Leonardo the Hedgehog or like the kid Leonardo the kidnapped.
yeah, it's I really do like the secret hunting in this game. We're gonna find the Declaration of Independence or something. I don't know. I never
Exactly.
actually watched. Maybe I'll do a movie night.
I didn't actually. I meant to say the Da Vinci Code, not National Treasure.
There we go. Okay. And I missed it. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, I do have the book. I think it's in this box somewhere. I have the Da Vinci Code
What?
in this
What
box
colors?
right
What
here.
colors?
It's like red and brown.
Oh, okay. You haven't painted that one yet?
What? I haven't read it.
I
I just have it.
No. I assume the box is part of your color code organizational system.
What? This went in the black one, which had my books.
Oh, okay.
No,
Okay.
this
Yeah. No.
this drawer here just has juggling balls and books and miscellaneous tech stuff.
Mhm.
It has Oyasumi Pun Pun Volume 1. That's pretty cool.
You
Can't
like Pun Pun?
I have seen a plot synopsis and am incredibly excited to read it, but I have not actually
Oh.
cracked it open for myself. But I am
Okay.
well aware of the nightmare I am in for.
Sure. Yeah. I'm not going to say anything.
No, I know all the things. I watched an entire like summary and analysis, and I was like, wow. I A, want to support this artist, and B, am intensely interested in how he's doing the things he's doing.
Yeah.
For anyone watching, this manga is not for children.
No, 5-year-olds, go for it. Honestly, I think Pun Pun's the best thing to read as a kid. You won't understand anything. It'll just be a vague traumatic memory, and you're not going to get why. And you're going to read it and go, I don't get why this is upsetting. I need to explain something.
Well, you'll get it later.
I grew up watching Ghibli.
You grew up watching what?
Ghibli.
Oh, Studio Ghibli. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, Studio Ghibli. And they have a film called Grave of the Fireflies, which is a like World War II thing where children die. It's their darkest film. It's just straight up, hey man, war is bad. As a child, I was obsessed with this movie. I watched it, I think, every day for about a week or two.
Damn.
Because I didn't get what was going on. I really liked it. I don't know why.
You're unlocking my memories. Continue.
I just watched it like on loop, and my parents were concerned. Eventually, I stopped wanting to watch it. But anyway, I think that's what Pun Pun's going to be to someone who's just like, oh man, I love this manga. I have no idea why I liked it as a child, but like, man, I read that like 8 times.
Oh my god. No, there was some movie that was not a children's movie, but wasn't like not safe for work, but like I forget exactly what it's called, but it was like Black Light or something, and it had like a scene on a plane, and there was like a ballet scene, and at no point watching it did I ever understand what was going on, but I kept asking for us to put the VHS back in and watch like Black Light or whatever. It was like clearly just. There were plot threads that went well over 2-year-old me's head.
Yep.
I couldn't even tell you any lines from the film. But, oh boy, was Tiny AT obsessed with that movie. All right, we just got 209. We're up to 212.
It just happens with kids sometimes. I think it doesn't really matter what it is. It's just your brain just seizes on something as interesting, so you watch it, even if you have no idea what's going on. There's it's not really a meme, I guess. There's an image of a dad with his 2 kids, and they're very young, not toddlers, but young, and they're watching the movies on the airplane, right? And they have their audio cords switched, so they've been watching each other's movies dialogue, and neither of them notice for the entirety of the film. And the text is something like, "Man, I'm not saving for these kids' college."
Oh my god.
Which is funny, but I think it is also an interesting point that it's really hard to know how much mind there is in a child sometimes.
I think that's probably an oversimplification.
It is.
There's a lot developing, and it's very complex how that happens. All right, find the treasure, but also there's a bit I have to. So I have to do this normally first. Yeah, I also I watched a lot of Yellow Submarine growing up, so I've seen a lot of that movie. I've also seen one called The Point, which involves a bunch of people with like pointy heads. Um,
Oh, okay. I have one. My
oh,
mom took me out to the movies. I wonder how old I was. Probably like maybe 12, maybe younger than that. And the movie that we wanted to watch wasn't there, or it was canceled or something.
uh
So I was like, oh, I know what I want to watch. I want to watch that one. You want to watch the zombie movie? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That seemed cool. I don't know. I think it might be a little bit too scary for you. Now I'll be fine. We had to leave like 75% of the way through the movie, and I had horrific nightmares. I think for about a week or two afterwards. That is one of the very few times I've consumed media that like actually affected me. Usually that does not happen. But I'm really happy it did. I do think that when you're growing up, it's very important to have just insanely negative experiences. Not as like oh, the kids got to be toughened up. They're too soft these days. But just
Well, you have nightmares whether you like it or not, right? That's just built in. You are a human. You have nightmares.
it's not. I mean, yeah. I don't know. It always really ticks me off. My most like boomer opinion is I really dislike it when people are like, oh, I can't watch X because dogs die in it, and that's a trigger for me. Really?
Um, Not well. Some people are disproportionately affected by things. I mean, you don't want to intentionally, put that on someone, right? It's just a
and
kindness
that's
thing.
and that's true, but I don't know that type of filtering experiences because something makes you uncomfortable, and then you go like, "Oh no, that's a trigger." Which I'm not going to go here and be like, "Oh, it's not a real trigger." I'm not going to be a complete boomer, but I don't know. It just
I
makes me a
kind
little
of
worried.
get the distinction you're making, but I don't think it's a particularly valid distinction.
Nah,
It's like trying to gatekeep like genders or something. Like whether
yeah,
or not helicopter is a gender, wouldn't you rather just live your life never questioning any gender and then not have to worry about defending anyone at
yeah,
all? It's just a nicer way to live your life, right?
yes, absolutely, and that's totally fair. I have a friend, had a friend, kind of, whatever,
Ooh, past
who,
tense. We got drama.
yeah, um, they really were like kind of weird about slurs. Like, this is bullshit. I should be allowed to say X. I don't know.
Eh.
I think that's dumb, but whatever. But I don't know about you, man. I don't want to say slurs. Like, I'm not like, man, I want to say this thing today. And I
Right as
think
you're
it's kind
saying
of
that, I get
weird
the
that.
beep in my headphones that tells me someone has liked the video, and it sounds
Oh
just like
yeah,
the
yeah,
the beeping out a word beep. No, yeah,
yeah, exactly.
I'm a big fan of self-expression, but also I'm not out here to spread hate speech, So,
Yeah, it's just weird. Like, if you have an instinct in you to be like, damn, I'm really pissed. I can't say these words. Why? Why do you want to do this?
I'm not a free speech absolutist, uh,
Mhm.
but I think there are lots of things that you shouldn't be getting flack from the government for trying to say. I'm actually less. I wouldn't mind if there was a little bit more regulation surrounding specifically hate speech.
Yeah,
Like, I know you run into that like problem they had in Germany where a guy was ironically Nazi saluting and he got like real government trouble for it.
yeah. I
Um,
forget what the thing is. You can't tell if someone's being sarcastic or not. I
oh yeah,
forget what
Schrodinger's
it's called.
douchebag. Yeah, no, I get it. I part of me, especially the Jewish part of me, wants to say that that's an acceptable loss. Um, but another part of me is just very, very pro artist in every regard possible,
Yeah,
or pro freedom of expression, I should say. Like I have other opinions that are like very much liberty of expression at the expense of communal good. Why can't I go in there? Did I miss two? What did I miss?
now you're really secret hunting when you're going. Hang on. I did this already.
Yeah,
Anyway,
and I
sorry,
I have
YouTube
10
has to be
seconds
talking
left.
about slurs, but
I guess I have to break more boxes. No, yeah, this isn't an apolitical channel. We will talk about controversial issues, and I will maintain what I consider to
oh
be
no,
good morals.
oh
Hello,
no.
Yeah.
So,
hee hee ha
Yeah.
do you have things to add to our horrible discussion?
ha.
If you bring up
It'd be great if
a,
you said
a
what the horrible discussion was about.
oh
Uh,
nothing.
Don't worry,
It's being streamed. I could just.
you
refresh
can.
the-
We're talking about slurs and ethics in
Oh, I
in
love
production of
slurs.
art. Yeah.
What was the actual conversation?
No,
about?
that was actually it.
No, but like specifically.
Like just discussing several different experiences regarding like people and slurs and producing art. It's there's not like a thesis to it. It's just different
That
experiences.
attitude.
Hey Beckett, how we doing?
You're not a fucking comic. You're not like, hey, we're having fun here, right? Oh my god.
I'm somewhat of a comic
I
myself.
joined the Sonic gameplay.
Yeah, we're Sonic gamers. This is probably the last day of Unleashed because we're really close to like 100%ing the game.
Wait, really?
No, yeah, that's what I've been saying. We're
Oh yeah, cool.
4 secrets away from the final level, which contains the final secret.
What's the version of this?
This is the Wii version, Wii and PS2. It's called
God,
Unwiished.
The idea that people have Wii emulators.
No,
I
this
don't
is a
know,
PS2 emulator.
Oh, okay.
It's the same version of the game because there are 2 versions of the game. There's one for PS3 and Xbox, and one for PS2 and Wii, and they are completely different games.
Yeah, I was about to say it doesn't look like the same game, but I thought that was just.
Well, no, I've been it's the same game as I've been playing this whole time. It's just there's a different Sonic Unleashed out there.
That's what because I played the Wii version.
No, this is the
The-
Wii version. This is the version on the Wii.
Wow, it really doesn't look the way that I thought it.
Okay,
would
well,
look when
I'm
was a kid.
I'm okay. I'm
Crazy.
using PCSX2, which has an upscaling feature where
Okay.
it'll take the textures and keep them as is, but upscale the output resolution. So for depending on the game, you'll get either a little bit better resolution or crazy good textures. This one's just a little bit better, but Bakugan, there's so much more texturing than a PS2 could show, and you see that in Bakugan's Wii game, which is the same game. Like it is the same game, but it is with the exception of like one mini game. But then it looks better, it feels better. That's kind of why I'm not doing Bakugan speedrunning, because everybody tells you to use the Wii upgrade.
Yeah, totally.
All right, we just got 212, so we're on to 214 now.
See, that's how you know that you're just beginning your YouTube journey because you're not realizing that's free engagement bait.
What is?
People correcting you in the comments.
Oh yeah, no,
Like,
I made I was talking about this earlier. I made multiple typos when I was subtitling the first video I put out, and I'm like, I'm not big enough that people are correcting me yet. Anyway,
It's weird how I find your Discord through your stream. Like I'll be working and I'll go to YouTube and I'll be like, oh, IT's streaming, and I'll join the Discord.
That's how I do it.
that fact.
That's how I do it. I only ever notice when there's a YouTube stream. I'm like, oh, who's streaming? Oh, it's AT. Wonderful.
that's some good shit. I like that. All right,
I've never
Eggman
responded
Land,
to a single at in the server unless it's a direct at.
bro. You can just undo your. What roles do you have? You could just not have roles.
No,
You
it's
could
like, it's
take
just
off
like,
the fighter pig roll.
No, because like I want to get him. I'm just stupid.
I haven't
Like,
pinged
it's my
fighters in a
fault.
while.
It's not your fault.
But no, if you put on the
not
Tuesday
your fault.
pings roll, you can watch Pokemon every Tuesday with us.
Fuck yeah.
All right, Eggman Land, goal without getting hit. Night, over the elevator at the top, you have to dash in order to jump and grab it in time. You can't dash okay. I'm just gonna do that level. So we're
This is the second to last one.
no, we have 3 more. This is the third to last.
Okay.
I already forgot which Eggman line. No, right. It was a special mission. Reach the goal without getting hit. There's like over a door or something. And it's not literally without getting hit. It's taking minimal damage. You start with very little health. Okay, it's there. You do have to, okay, I see how it is. You have to bolt right to it. That's gonna be tricky. That's gonna be a headache. Oh boy. But no, yeah, I'm super proud of the video. I missed it. I'm super proud of the video I just put out. Even though it's just Carnathy and me shitting around, it's like, yeah, that's some good video. If I had more patience, I probably would have subtitled it. I think I'm more invested in subtitling videos if they if there's like a bunch of speakers.
Yeah.
But it is a lot of work, and I don't make any money from this channel right now, so I definitely am not paying someone to do it.
Yeah. You sure you could pay someone in India like 2 cents a day via Amazon MTurk?
In addition to moral quandaries with MTurk, if I was going to pay anyone at all, it would be someone who understands the content.
Yeah.
Because if I talk about Sonic Unleashed, I don't have a specific example. I just know that it pisses me off when I'm reading subtitles that were clearly written by someone who isn't a consumer of the content. Oh, I was so close to that one. So they like don't know some of the key words that are not standard English.
There's a.
You mean like somebody who isn't English?
No, yeah. I don't mean it nationality wise, because even if you speak English fluently, if there are like names of characters that sound like other words,
yeah,
that's what pisses me off.
Gotcha.
There's a electronics YouTuber that I enjoy. It's interesting because they have a face for the channel that's not them. I think they don't actually speak English, so they hire one of two people to do voiceovers who are very competent, but they're also not electronics people, so they say things wrong. Like, you know how some acronyms, you say the acronym, or some of them you say the letters? And there's not really any hard and fast rule. It's just knowing what people do.
It's just based roughly on how pronounceable it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, like my video editing software, I found it's KDENLIVE. No, I was pronouncing it Kdenlive, but it's based on the Linux software package KDE. So it's KDNLive, according to everybody who does the tutorials for it. KDNLive.
There's a open source PCB software, which is spelled KICAD. So it's CAD. And then before that, you have to be careful because one of the ways to pronounce KIK sound is a slur. So it's KiCad, not the other one.
Huh.
Oh, well, that's it. There we go.
Rip.
I lost it.
I don't even know that one.
It's a slur for Jewish people.
Oh, I do know that one.
Yeah.
Oh, I hear it. Right, yeah. I'm not going to say it, but
no.
I do belong to the demographic that theoretically can.
Sorry, back to Slurville. I do think that that's an interesting thing of, no, you don't get it. I can be racist because I'm the one that's racist against.
Well, it's reclamation. That's it. So it's turning the power dynamic on its head is the idea. So like I talked to it. I was talking about this earlier. I talked to a dude who was using the R slur. It was like hey, you probably shouldn't be doing that. And then he talked to me about all the times he'd been put in special ed against his will, and I'm like, maybe I don't actually care.
Yeah. I tend to stay out of it. I don't care enough either way.
It's also, if someone who's in my vicinity is making me uncomfortable, I will bring it up.
No, yeah.
This guy, I wasn't. He gave a story that was like, okay, yeah, this is reclamation here.
Okay, that's fine. That's cool.
He's problematic in a million other ways, but that's beside the point.
I don't know. It's silly to me because the very obvious answer is read the room, dumbass.
Oh,
Like,
you
it
know,
depends on.
he was definitely put in special ed because he's autistic because he has an extremely hard time reading rooms.
Yeah.
There we go. Got one. Okay. Now I have to pass this fight without taking much damage, if any.
Oof. I had a cool idea for a game, which is in my head it's a shooter, but it doesn't actually have to be. Where you can change your vision through the different spectrums of light. So for this one, you can see people in infrared, but glass blocks it. But meanwhile, in normal vision, you can look through glass. And in the original concept, what frequency band you're looking in changes randomly for everyone. Like the game picks one. So now you're going like, he doesn't know I'm up here because he can't see through the ceiling. Whoops! Now he can.
I don't have enough like professional game dev skills to make this, at least not yet. But a game idea that I have that I would play the shit out of is a fighting game X rhythm game where there's like there's a song going on and like one idea I had for it was just you get extra damage or whatever or bonuses on your attacks if you make them in beat, and then if you make them off beat they're like weaker, but then you can like do mix ups and stuff, and it would be like syncopation.
That's cool.
There's a lot you could do with it.
Crypt of the Necro Dancer, but
Crypt of the Necro Dancer X Smash.
Cool.
I would play the fuck out of that game if it were made. Because, you know, rhythm games and fighting games tap into the same part of my brain that is go very fast, hit all the buttons, win. Osu and Brawlhalla did the same thing to my brain, and that's part of why I don't play either of them anymore. But it's very fun, if a little stressful.
I said, I do my best. I have a policy. I do my best not to replay games because there are so many video games out there. I fail frequently. Some of them are great. I also really do my best not to get like pursuit of perfection about games because that just cycled endlessly.
I'm sorry. Have you seen what I'm doing right now? I am three items off.
I understand. The only game that has very few games. So Hotline Miami, I really enjoy, right? It's great. It's fast paced. There is a game which I highly recommend. However, if you're a Hotline Miami fan, you shouldn't play it because it will ruin Hotline Miami for you. Or at least it did for me. It's called Ruiner. I adore Ruiner. It's a top-down fighting thing. Just it's not actually like Hotline Miami, but it's from the same perspective, and it's also a fighter. It's beautiful. The soundtrack is amazing. It's indie and small and short and beautiful. God, I love Ruiner. Hey, chat, if there's anyone listening, go play Ruiner. It's cheap. It's such a good game. Such a good game. It's got a cute AI lady who definitely loves you style.
Like GLaDOS? Have you ever noticed that every puzzle game that comes out nowadays is a Portal narrative clone?
Listen, everyone wants the tsundere robot wife, okay? Can you blame them?
It's always you're in some sort of facility, someone's narrating to you the things you have to do, and you have to subvert what they're telling you to do.
I had a concept of a game where it's kind of like that, and you're adventuring through this big maze or this big world that was created, but you're talking directly to the creator, but the creator has dementia.
Oh my god, have you heard of Paranoia, the tabletop?
No, what's that?
I want to run it so desperately. I just haven't gotten the wherewithal to like get a group together. But basically, you're living in giga future dystopia, and computer controls everything, but computer's gone mad. So what you do as DM is you basically you give instructions to your players that don't quite make sense, and they have to follow them to the letter anyway, and then you judge how well they're following them. And it has all the markers of like a tabletop D&D esque. You know, there's fights, there's HP, etc., etc. But I desperately want to run it and be the mad computer asking people to do things that don't quite make sense.
You must proceed through this hallway with a heart rate of 30 BPM.
No, it's things that like can't make sense. Like you have to mop the ocean or something stupid. Like go mop the street. I don't know. I don't know why everything I'm thinking of has mop in it right now. But it's it's stuff that you can't do. So you have to figure out a way to make it like you're doing it as best you can, and then the computer's
like
gonna be
It's like those
dissatisfied
old
anyway.
school, really old, like grim fairy tales. Like find me what is it? Put the sun in a glass for me.
Yeah, that shit. But it's a glitching out computer.
Yeah, that's cool. I dig that.
Yeah, I desperately want to run something like that someday. All right, special 7th continent special mission, Eggman land unscathed. I just did that. Okay, Eggman land unscathed. Land the wall jump in this level to reach the item. Oh, Eggman land unscathed like day. I think I could do that. Yeah, I know what it's talking about. Okay.
I also have a few game concepts that are too vague and too weird to be like real, but I really like the vibes they give off. One of them is a multiplayer game, first person, where everyone's in a maze and the maze changes constantly, and the entirety of the game is building, like, it's impossible without the wiki, so it's constantly people trying to map it, and the maze shifts. It's like if the Maze Runner was a multiplayer experience, kind of.
In some of my mini sort of using the techniques of the 1990s style dev projects, I have done like proper server architecture where the server is feeding you every single bit of data about the game, and it's just the GUI is so toned down that it doesn't like matter. So like console gaming, not console as in like PS2, but like gaming in a terminal is the idea.
You should play NetHack on stream.
No, I played Ancient Domains of Mystery, which is a NetHack like that happens to have some graphics.
Nice. I got into NetHack when I was in high school and bored because it was one of the few things that my Chromebook running Linux could actually run.
No, yeah, I love. I kind of made a promise to myself to not beat other NetHack likes until I beat ADOM. So I do keep going back to ADOM. I did it on stream really briefly. But I am going to beat ADOM. It's going to happen. I don't even care which ending I get. I just need to beat ADOM.
Yeah, I don't have the patience to learn NetHack because I played that for, I wonder how many hours collectively. And even after that, you are a little baby. That game it keeps going. I don't know.
Yeah, ADOM is also pretty big, but it's like once you're past a certain point, your odds go up a lot. It's like we were talking about yesterday. Oh my god! It's like we were talking about yesterday with games that you can die really easily, but as long as the gameplay is fun, I still play them. Like,
yeah.
Realm of the Mad God's not fun. ADOM is fun. ADOM is that kind of game for me. But there's a lot of stuff going on. And even if the gameplay is really simple, I really enjoy it. I think it's an awesome game. And I'm one of the 5 people on the planet who pays enough attention to it that look the most one of the 2 most famous people in the game is his name is either Grand or Yolgash, depending on the platform he's on. I'm VIP in his Twitch because that's how much I showed up compared to everyone else who's ever heard of ADOM.
That's funny.
So I just put him on. Like he has a shout out in the game. There's something called Wand of Grand, which when you use it, it tells you whether or not there are bugs on the level. And he got it because he's submitted so many goddamn bug reports to the game. I've also
funny.
talked to the dev on Twitter back when Twitter was a thing that like existed.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't say anything of substance because I was still like baseline learning the game, and he was just like prompting me to like explore around a bit. But it's cool to say that I have talked with a German game dev about a game that was released in 1994.
Damn.
That's just something I did.
I'm trying to think of anything else like interesting games wise. I can say this. My favorite game title, not even close to my favorite game. I actually don't really super like it. Monaco, What's Yours Is Mine. I adore that title. I could not tell you why.
Interesting.
It just sticks in my head. Monaco, What's Yours Is Mine. It's so it's perfect. I don't know. It's beautiful.
Okay. I can't complain about that. It's not a bad title. I've never heard of the game before.
It's a sneaky type game. Actually, it's funny that you mentioned it because it kind of looks like NetHack. Imagine NetHack if it was when you could be a thief and sneak around, and you had a few different characters that could do different things.
I bought Styx Master of Shadows, but it wouldn't run on my laptop particularly well. But I also didn't really like it.
Yeah, I haven't touched it. I don't think I'm actually going to enjoy it. I believe it was in my Steam watch list for several years, and then finally one day it went on sale. I have a policy that if it's a game that I have on my watch list and the sale is, I don't know, maybe at least 50. If it turns a double-digit number into a single-digit number, I buy it.
Huh. Okay. Makes sense.
Which is a little dumb, but
really just depends on the game, I think. All right, now I have to do this bit without dying, which I can totally do. No, this is an easier bit. What is this? Do I still have to do Windy Bridge? I still have to do Windy Bridge. Ah, I hate Windy Bridge. Windy Bridge is the hardest part of this entire game.
Okay, wait, no, I do have an interesting game story. Have you ever heard of a video game company or person called American McGee?
No.
He made the Alice games, which are incredibly edgy, like 3D platformer games where you play as Alice in Wonderland, except she has severe mental issues, which is what Wonderland is, and it's incredibly dark.
Huh.
Which is kind of the whole claim to fame. I think they're pretty decent games, but they're also definitely kind of, what if this was really dark and fucked up, man?
Well, I
don't know.
Immensely enjoy Alice in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass because I had as a kid I had a little MP3 player, right? I got it for my 8th birthday, and my dad put a bunch of like media on it, and one of those pieces of media was Through the Looking Glass by Lewis Carroll, read by Adrian Praetzelis, Santa Rosa, California, summer 2007. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Chapter 1, Looking Glass House. One thing was certain. The white kitten had nothing to do with it. It was the black kitten's fault entirely, for the white kitten had been having its face washed by the old cat for the last quarter of an hour, and it had been bearing it pretty well. Ah, fucking hell!
Did you just die?
You get the point, is that I have large chunks of the book memorized because I listened to it so much. I did just die. Not just the book, but specifically Adrian Praetzelis' Santa Rosa, California, summer 2007 recording of the book.
Damn.
He's a professor. He's like a professor of archaeology or something. It might be anthropology, but lots of professors will do LibriVox stuff. I had a professor who did LibriVox stuff. So, cool. I think it would be pretty cool to volunteer for LibriVox in my spare time at some point, because I do really like media preservation and accessibility. So I think audiobooks are cool.
Anyway, the reason I bring him up is he made a game which you can't buy anymore. I don't believe. Definitely not on Steam.
You can you can sail some seas, I'm sure. I
actually forgot what it's called while I was talking about it. Awesome. Are you for real? I was brain, you frustrate me.
And reminder to those watching that if you like the video, you can make my job harder by making the game run faster.
actually forgot what it's called while I was talking about it. That is
Damn. I have to just zoop by that. I have to... This segment's harder than the next one, even though the next one is one I've practiced more. There we go. That's what I want to see. Right, now this next bit just is not hard. Or it's not... Yeah, I don't know what to say. I've practiced it a bunch. Windy Bridge is the worst part of the game, though. Like, yeah. I hate Windy Bridge. Windy Bridge is my bane, my nemesis. You could like get up the Wikipedia for this guy and look at his releases if you're still trying to figure it out. You still there? Rip. He's gone. He died. Big rip. Yeah, there he goes. Rip. And he's back! But is he making any noise? I don't hear any.
Hello?
There he is.
That was incredibly weird. I joined the Wi-Fi. I stayed connected to the call. It said I was transmitting, and you weren't hearing me, but I could hear you. I have never had that happen before in Discord.
Huh. Okay. Back to where you were. You were talking about... you couldn't remember the name.
American McGee's Grimm. I have found it.
Grimm.
It's called American McGee's Grimm. And it is the only game I've ever seen which, to the best of my knowledge, straight up does not have an audience. Because the basic gist of the game is, hey, you play as this horrible, ugly little man who's going to jump around and butt stomp things, and whatever you butt stamp gets grim. So you get placed in like a fairy book kind of story, and then you walk your way through it, ruining it and making it look like terrible and evil and making it sad. Which is, that's an acceptable gimmick. The thing is that the gameplay is absolutely trivial. Like you literally just walk around and then butt stomp, which of course it's butt stomp.
Why can't you just call it an art project and be good?
So, we're getting there. So you're like, okay, it's for kids, right? Yeah, sure. It's for like slightly edgy 12-year-olds who are like, aha. But it's actually too dark.
No, you can just have it be a walking simulator for adults who are interested in that kind of stuff.
But it's got like cartoony. Okay, let me finish.
Okay.
There's this one bit where I forget what story it is, but you're at a playground and it's like this happy playground and everyone's cute, everyone's happy, and then you butt stomp the swings and it turns them into gallows with the kids dead hanging on them as like corpses.
No, that's artsy. That's dark, but it's artsy.
Anyway, I just looked up this game. Turns out, actually, the reason no one's ever heard about it is it's a 23-part episodic game.
Well, that's just a failure of marketing more than anything.
That too.
Ready for Deltarune to have 23 parts?
The only reason that I know about it is because there's people who on Steam get games that are super discounted or free to farm cards on them.
Oh yeah. No, I got a pack where the cards were worth more than I paid for all the games. That was pretty cool.
Nice. But so I was in this community and this game was on giveaway, and I got it. And then I think it's delisted from Steam now. But I have it in my library, which is kind of cool. But I played it, and it's actually bizarre. I've never seen a game that straight up does not have a target demographic.
You use that very loosely. I think you're not giving credit to the gobs and gobs of people out there who are very different and have very different takes on what they enjoy.
But it's too simplistic for that.
No, I don't think it is. I think some people don't want difficult gameplay, but they want an interesting artsy experience.
I don't remember it being particularly artsy. I remember it being kind of crude.
Well, That's in
But-
the eye of the beholder.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't know. Anyway, if anybody's watching, go see if you can play or just watch a playthrough of American McGee's Grimm. I don't know what part I had. I'm trying to remember which story. The fact that I can't remember what stories it was is I think, telling. Um, but it was, I don't know, it's a very weird game, and I recommend you look at it. I think most of what American McGee makes is pretty bizarre. He's also got, and if you look up his Wikipedia sometime, he's got an absolutely insane background. His sister is just missing. Like, she went missing when she was young and was never found.
Damn.
He came home one day and to find his house empty because his mom had packed up and left. And she left, like, I don't remember, his DS and a change of clothes. And that was about it.
Damn.
Yeah,
This guy's got
I'm
some experiences to say, or he's making it up. That's the other thing.
I think it's somewhat corroborated. I don't know, though.
Okay.
This happened when he was, I think it's 16. Yeah.
Damn, bro.
16 sounds like the right age.
The right age to lose your mother and your sister?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, you know. Oh, also, the only time he saw his birth father, he tried to kill him. The birth father tried to kill him.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I don't know. He's got, anyway, it makes sense what type of games he makes.
What kind of games would you make if you got orphaned?
Um,
Type in the comments below.
Yeah, now you see, now you're moving up in the world. You're getting engaged. You got an engagement farm.
Hmm. No, yeah, a lot of fun game devs out there with different stories. Have you ever played? I think it's by the same guy who did Stanley Parable, but I might be getting that completely wrong. The Beginner's Guide.
It is by the same group, I believe. I have not, but it's been recommended to me heartily.
It's very good. It's a one-time experience. It's not free, but it's cheap enough that I'd buy it for you if you wanted. If you're not going to play it otherwise.
I would. If I'm going to play it, I would happily buy it.
Yeah, it's really interesting. It's technically fictional, but it doesn't read like it's fictional.
Noted.
And you know, you experience it, and you're like, they say it's fictional, but goddamn, this doesn't feel fictional.
Yeah.
It definitely someone. Look, there's an additional amount of conversation I want to have about it, specifically regarding the conversation I'm having about it right now, but to do so would spoil it. But I'll just say, the fact that you think that is part of the art.
Cool. Yeah, no, that's neat. There's a game that I got about, I think, halfway through called When the Darkness Comes, which is straight up just about the game developers struggle with like depression and suicidal ideation.
What's that dev who like locked himself in a room for however many days to get Nintendo to notice him, even though he'd already been noticed by Nintendo and he was just antisocial about it?
I don't know.
And he like at one point like staged a protest at the Nintendo store in New York.
Oh yeah.
But like he was
That's
just
awesome.
really egotistical and antisocial when a real Nintendo rep said, "Hey, do you want the SDK?"
Notice me, senpai. Hello, you've been noticed. Would you like the thing you wanted? Oh my god!
It's a little more complicated than that, but yeah, essentially, I forget the name of it, but it's an interesting story. There's a Frederick Knudsen video on it. You know that guy who used to make videos on interesting people and events, and then he hibernated for multiple years, and then he released a 7-hour video or something about EVE Online, and now he's back into hibernation.
Did I watch the beginning of that video, I think?
Frederick Knudsen, he does pretty good research.
Yeah, those channels that update yearly. Those are always
No, this guy
interesting.
was like semi-regular, and then he hibernated and made the best and most deep video he's ever made, and now he's hibernating again. I really liked his
Um,
stuff, and there's a little bit of a conversation to be had around ethics of covering mentally ill people, but I think he did a good job with it.
Yeah. Those kinds of YouTubers, that's not what I'm talking about. So he seems very respectable. But there are YouTubers who not quite lolcow levels of
Yeah,
just,
I don't
hey,
like
look at this
using that word.
total.
That word
Yeah.
makes me super uncomfortable. It's not a
It's
slur in
grody.
the normal sense of the word. I don't like using it.
It's just bad. Anyway, there's an
What?
interesting channel called Deadwing Dork, who is a guy who goes around. He's a fairly small, and that's kind of his whole channel is just looking at interesting people online, and he kind of threads the needle between just being insulting and being compassionate.
I won't
Um,
name or platform the individual I'm thinking of, but I remember,
Mhm.
I got back. I was in my phase of wanting to watch videos about interesting people.
Mhm.
Especially, but like interesting people in the Chris Chan sort of way. And
Yeah,
I
yeah.
found this guy, and he seemed kind of tasteless to me, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna watch other people for this. And then later, I think it wasn't hiding in plain sight specifically, but it was another hiding in plain sight sort of channel that's like one of those channels that talks about their personal struggles with anonymity. And this guy's he does a video where he's like trying to reach out with other people in the community, and he reaches out to this guy, and this guy, after being nice to him, asserts that he's gay. that the hiding in plain sight type channel is the guy who runs it is gay, and he's not. He's just overtly said he's not. But the problematic channel would not relent on
Well,
that. So it's like, yeah, I feel validated not liking this guy.
yeah, it is nice when you sort of catch a few videos and then go, this kind of sucks. I'm gonna not do this, and then you were right about it. I have
Yeah.
an interesting example of that not happening.
Oh.
Um, there was okay, so what's his name? Who is the? It's funny. Who is the gay man? Um, the fact that he's gay is irrelevant. It's funny. Um, it was like stealing stuff, did massive copyright infringement, just straight up copying other people's videos.
Oh
This guy,
yeah.
Somerton, James
James
Somerton, is
Somerton.
that his name?
Yeah. Fun fact: I came out as bi right around the same time that H Bomber guy released that video. And so someone saw my like coming out and thought that it was a reference to the point where H Bomber guy says he's bi and puts the red and blue lights on either side. It's like, nope,
Nice.
I am just bi.
That's awesome. Anyway, so there's a side video to H Bomber Guys. I have to H Bomber Guys
The
video.
Illuminati one.
Correct. I used to like Illuminati. I
Damn.
completely forgot about that channel until he covered it, but I remember watching as a kid and being like, "This is great. I love this channel."
I so crazy hot take. I liked what's his name? He's not internet anarchist, internet archivist. The
Historian.
this internet historian. I liked that guy, and I even liked the cave video, and I don't even necessarily mind that the cave video was mostly taken from a thing. You should have obviously credited it, but I think there was a
Yeah.
lot of creative input there. I unfollowed him because of the Nazi dog whistle that that H Bomber guy pointed out. It's like, oh shit.
Yeah, there's a weird trend of, hi, I'm a mildly quirky, interesting YouTuber. I have some like slightly right-wing views, but mostly I'm just into XXX and Y. And then 5 years later, it's just like, yeah, I don't know, maybe you consume too much 4chan or something, but something happened to you.
For any of my not radical left wing views that are either moderate or quirky in a different way, I promise you I would fuck a lit candle before I would vote Republican.
Yeah, I don't know. People are weird.
All right, we're gonna get this.
Also, I changed my mind. What game you need to play next? You need to play a Puma for the Wii because you will get zero views about it because no one knows or cares about this game except for me.
I'm definitely going to play obscure old games. but
I think you would
I have
actually
to
like a puma.
strike a line somewhere where I get some views.
I mean, I'm
But
playing
I
a
can
game
like
no
I can go
one's
back and
ever
forth.
heard of.
Okay.
It's very, very good for a game that I never finished because I'm a coward and I don't finish games.
Damn.
It's one of those. I kept having a repeat experience as a child where, um, first off, I was never particularly regular about like playing on my Wii or playing on my PlayStation. I was just never kind of dedicated enough.
Hmm.
Um, but also, I kept kind of playing games that were a little bit too old for me. Not in like a maturity, just in a I don't understand how to get through this map because
Oh
my
yeah.
brain is too small and little.
Is
One of
that
the
where you were coming from yesterday? Talking about how games need a baby mode.
No, actually, surprisingly not, because that wouldn't help. That is straight up like figuring out what to do and remembering things versus it like kind of twitchy movement and twitchy stuff that if you're not a regular gamer, you're just not going to have the reaction speed to do. That's what I'm not, games should have a complete walkthrough mode. I think they should probably have a little hidden button that says, "Hi, I know, I'm sorry, I'm completely stuck. Can you please just tell me what I'm supposed to do?" I do think
We
more
live
games
in the
should have
internet
that.
age. They don't need a button for that. They just all have that because welcome
And
to
this
the
is
internet
true.
age.
I had an interesting experience playing Grim Fandango, which
I
is
know the art style, but I have no idea what the gameplay is.
it's a puzzle. It's a click the screen
Ooh.
adventure game. And I got a little bit of the way through it, but I didn't get far because I am not the type to play those types of like esoteric. Okay, I need to figure out how to do this. But that is the entirety of the gameplay, and I was finding that I was basically in a scene, struggled for 10 minutes, gave up, looked up the guide, did it, and then the game just plays itself, basically. Right? My
Huh.
input is none. So I
Dude
stopped
sounds
doing
like
it
he
because
wants everything painted yellow. What the fuck does that mean?
yellow, as in like this is the place where you're supposed to go do this.
I
That's
had
not what
a
I'm saying. I'm saying they should have a yellow button.
tangent here. I had a math teacher who is from New Mexico, and if you haven't seen the New Mexico flag, it is yellow with an orange, interesting symbol with some meaning behind it that's lost on me.
Mhm.
But I had a math teacher who was very proud that he was from New Mexico, and he painted his entire room yellow with the
Oh,
New Mexican flag symbol in the back. And oh
ugh.
boy, if you had 8 a.m. with that teacher. You were
Oh
waking up
yeah.
whether you like it or not.
Welcome to
Anyway,
the yellow dimension.
yeah, I really like that teacher though. I don't mean to like dog on it. He wasn't even my favorite math teacher, but he was. I played chess with him at lunch, and that was pretty cool. So
That is cool. I had a teacher once that I liked well enough, but he was kind of a weird dude. And then one time I saw him doing what's the petition website?
change.org.
I Yeah, he was going through. I think he went through about 50 when I was watching him, just one after the other, just vote, just petition, 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 and
Interesting.
that's cool, I guess. I don't think if a change.org petition has done anything in the history of ever,
No,
and
yeah.
and
Our college also had a petition thing that never did anything, and people used it anyway.
and I don't know, like I get, hey, I care about this cause, but just spamming through change.org, why are you doing this?
He
I
wants
know.
he wants to feel any power in his hopeless little life.
Which
I don't know.
which is fair.
I'm only being that mean because he's anonymous, by the way.
No, he was an interesting guy. He was a decent teacher, but also I was a terrible student. What was I saying? Oh, okay. As for yellow paint commenter, when I'm talking about easy baby mode, I'm not referring to. I hate calling it an intellectual challenge. That's not what I'm saying. I am referring only to twitchy stuff. Where if you have a game that is mostly non-twitchy and then you have twitchy segments,
Oh
you
yeah,
should
like the
definitely
Thomas was
have.
alone speed segment. I hated that. I stopped playing when I got to the timed segment.
If you are a puzzle game and you have something all of a sudden that requires some like speedy precision movement, you legitimately might have about 20% of your player base just quit the video game.
Yeah.
I
Obama
have
came out with
watched that
that
happen.
poster and the teacher felt it in his soul.
poster?
Which one?
Okay,
Which
hang
one?
on.
What
Now
are we talking about?
that is almost certainly referring to your
We can do
your
it?
yellow room feature.
No,
It,
no,
it's
no.
not red. It's
No, the classic Obama one is saturated red and blue.
I guess. Hey, YouTube commenter, I don't think YouTube will ban you. Can you post a link? I want to see this.
No,
I
it
don't-
goes out of top chat and into new chat for most links. So you're gonna have to switch to new chat if you want to see it, even if
Okay,
even
hang
if you
on, I
post
can-
it.
I really want to see what this. Oh, the Obama change poster. What is the? Am I still here?
Yeah, you're still here. Oh shit. The Obama change
It's
poster.
the Obama. What is the Obama change?
Just look it up. Just Google it, or start page it. I
Yeah,
use start
yeah.
page.
I use DuckDuckGo because I love giving my information to the FBI.
Start page is also
that
private, and it's a little bit better in my opinion. Because I don't know exactly where they're pulling their searches from, or if they're doing it themselves. But DuckDuckGo is just Bing searches with a layer of anonymity.
Yeah, it's just straight up Bing.
So if you don't like a Bing,
No,
and I
was
kind of like
referring
Bing
to
because you can mess with it. But anyway, what were you saying?
DuckDuckGo's like CEO has some weird intelligence connections, and there was some fear mongering about it in like cybersecurity type circles
Oh
for
yeah,
a while back.
I've heard not even any of the content of that, but exclusively whisperings of it. Like, oh, maybe you shouldn't be using DuckDuckGo. And I mean, it's not that important to me. But no, I'm using Start Page now. It's just kind of nicer in my opinion.
Yeah,
There's a variant of the Hope
government...
poster. I was not an Obama campaign strategist. I don't know enough about his posters. Sorry, buddy.
It is the red and blue one. It's yeah. I don't. You commenter, what are you referring to? What were you? What came out with that poster and the teacher felt it in his soul? With the yellow room, I guess they just have like a super bright background.
He's still a cool teacher. He invited me to do a chess thing with him for like teaching kids to play chess, but it was unpaid, so I declined. And I think I'm okay with that, but there's always a tiny twinge of regret when I think about it. Because, like, on the one hand, I know your worth, don't do unpaid work. On the other hand, damn, playing chess with that guy was fun. And I teach lots of people chess. When I went to Seattle, I taught... There's a public park in Seattle. I just taught a kid how to rook king checkmate his dad, and that was pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Okay, so we're gonna take this one nice and slow. Oh my god, I am a moron!
That's getting clipped. That's going in the YouTube video.
If you insist.
Come on, you saying I have to take this carefully and then immediately time.
Well, you know, the focus. So I'll put it in because it's funny, but the focus is definitely the conversation we're having while this is a background.
Absolutely, and I'm sorry for distracting you.
What? No, you are the point of this stream, Brad. You
That
and
makes me feel
other people who show up in the chat. All right, there we go.
I don't know. I think one of the nicer, quiet little features in puzzle games, but I think it shows up elsewhere, is just the skip level button.
No, I get
I
way
think...
too completionist about it.
No, but listen, you are not the target audience for that.
Yeah, no, I played when
up.
I was playing Angry Birds. I refused to move on to the next level until I got 3 stars on the one I was on. That's the kind of person I am.
There's lots of interesting discussion about like difficulty in games. I don't agree with this. I think it's a very interesting sentiment. I have heard a phrase, which is every game over is a failure of the game developer.
Huh. I don't fully agree with that because I think game overs can be programmed into games. Like, I think it'd be better to say every player, even I don't necessarily agree with this, but I think a more reasonable way to put it is every time a player quits, that's a failure of the game developer.
Yeah, and that I will.
Because like there are lots of games, especially like Dark Souls-esque, but just bullet hells in general, like fucking Geometry Dash even. Did the link get censored? Not showing on the overlay? Yeah, the overlay is top chat. That means it's a new chat.
How do I change to? Oh, all messages.
So that means YouTube censored you. I didn't do it.
I'm in all chat and I don't see it either.
Really? Okay, then YouTube just bonked you right out of existence. Sorry, buddy.
That's cool.
You can try replacing the dots with like commas or put brackets on either side of all the dots. That's a way to get through it.
Yeah, but also don't make YouTube think that you're a bot. Oh, wait,
anyway, as I was saying, yeah, I like games that teach you by making you game over, because then you're on your 8 millionth run, and you're like, oh, I've been here a million times before, and you do it perfectly. Like this game right here is a perfect example of that. It's not a dearth of information. It's that this is the intended way to play the game.
I had a very weird rant in my life where I talked about false difficulty, where that's actually a bad thing because you're not actually making the player better at the game. You're just having them memorize it. Like Dark Souls, having memorize
I don't know
bosses.
if I agree. I think I really like memorizing bosses. I think it's fun for me.
But I think I don't know. This isn't a real opinion I have. It's just a real opinion I could have. You know what I mean? Like it's something I think about but don't really believe in.
Huh. Well, consider. Do you want every boss to be a randomly a purely stochastic experience?
I think that's
curation. Curation is part of it. You curate good stuff, and then people memorize that stuff, and they've played your game, and your game can only be played so many times.
But I think my ideal game with bosses, they don't have patterns. They're just adapting constantly. They boss patterns don't exist. They have certain.
Oh yeah, have you considered playing PvP games in that case? Because
yeah, and then
that is hands down my favorite part of any PvP game, especially a 2D platform fighter, is you learn your opponent and your opponent learns you, and you have to constantly be adapting and learning. And it never ends because the source of content isn't the game, it's the person.
Yeah.
But you kind of either need a relatively difficult to code AI for that, or a person who's willing to play with you constantly. Okay.
I'm really hopeful
Patience.
that this is not me going large language models good. I love ChatGPT. I love slop.
Well, that's not what LLMs do either.
I know.
But you can have AI do that. AI is broad on that. AI is ML. And you can definitely do that with ML. It's just a lot of work.
I'm very hopeful that we will get more games with kind of AI overseers. So like RimWorld has their storytellers, which is just sort of I mean, I think they're relatively simple. It's just kind of odds plus rules for what is going to happen when, how long do you have to recover, what is the general vibe of what you've got going on. Which I think is cool. I think it'd be very interesting if there were games that actively saw you getting frustrated and would help you some of the time. I don't know. I like.
Oh yeah, games that like tone the difficulty down when they see you've died X number of times. That actually pisses me off. I would prefer you not do that automatically.
I have mixed feelings. I can't remember what game it was, but there was some game I was playing where after I died like 4 times in a boss was like, hey, every time I died, a little pop-up would go, would you like to turn the difficulty down? Don't do that.
Yeah, I don't like that either. But that sounds like what you were describing.
It is, and that's why I have complicated feelings about it, because you can't casually go like, oh, we'll just have a button to turn it off. Cool. People will turn it off who should have it on. But also doing it completely in the background is a jerk move too. I don't know.
I would prefer you just give me the difficulty options, and then I, being the moron I am going to pick the highest one and then bang my head on the wall because that's enjoyable for me.
It totally depends on the game. I usually pick the hardest difficulty, but there are some where it's just like impossible. Doom, I don't play shooters. I tried to play Doom when I was in high school.
Doom's like barely a shooter. Doom is a hack and slash with guns. That's what Doom
Sure.
is.
I could not do the hardest. I couldn't get past like the first room on the hardest difficulty.
Granted, I have also not played Doom. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Come on.
I am not a good video gamer. There is one interesting XCOM. That is roughly kind of a turn-based strategy game.
Oh, your Shadowrun guy talks about XCOM. Who'd have guessed?
But shut up. I've never played XCOM. I probably enjoy it. Anyway, point is XCOM cheats for you. The odds are always slightly better than what it says, or something along those lines. XCOM quietly cheats in your favor.
This is somewhat niche, but maybe I'll get someone to click with it. You know that Yu-Gi-Oh! XD episode where he's fighting the robot that says it has a 100% chance of winning, and then it didn't calculate his move. And I'm like, what are you using for your calculations?
Yeah, what are you doing, dude? It's always great when
Or
like
5Ds, not XD. I was thinking XD Gale of Darkness, which is a Pokemon thing. The
It's always
Yu-Gi-Oh!
great
where they
when-
have motorbikes, that one.
The
They
hardest, some
canceled
of the hardest I've
CW.
ever laughed was being in a.
Zexal. Shit. Hardest you've ever laughed.
Some of the hardest I've ever laughed was being in like a dentist waiting room and they're playing Yu-Gi-Oh, the TV show, and they're on their motorcycles and then they start a duel and they're on a highway, and the system diverts every car as the highway goes into duel mode.
I watched 5Ds. That is just how that works.
That is one of the best memories of my life, is the idea that this entire country has two highways, one of which is used solely for idiots having duels on.
Duels are really important in advanced hyperfuture Yu-Gi-Oh! Society, don't you know?
It's beautiful.
History
I love
repeats
that
itself
so much.
every 5,000 years. How are they going to do the Yu-Gi-Oh! Story 5,000 years from the present?
That's fair.
5Ds isn't actually 5,000 years from contemporaneous. I don't know what is. I don't know when it takes place, but I don't. It's not the. It is its own story. And they canceled they canceled CW cartoons when Zexal was airing. So I never finished Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal, and I need to. I want to. I don't care about the cards anymore, but I just have to know how. I forget the guy's. I forget whose name's Zexal. It might be his ghost thing, but I needed to know how the protagonist's story ends because he's not allowed to lose anything, or else. Oh no, it's Zexal and Astral. Astral loses all his memories, and I need to know. But I have so much anime to watch. It's like I have to finish the shitty anime I'm already on before I start new shitty anime, and I have to like watch free run. Thanks for the like. This game just gets faster and faster.
Mr. Name here says 5DS is 50 plus years beyond the OG. That's cool. 50
Yeah,
years.
which isn't 5,000.
But that's a sizable number. So is Yugi just dead, or are they not mentioned?
In what I watched, I didn't see Yugi. I don't think he was mentioned. But, you know, the Pharaoh is already split back apart, so it would just be regular ass Yugi.
I know next to nothing about Yu-Gi-Oh! The only things I know about Yu-Gi-Oh! I've learned from YouTube skits making fun of it. That is it.
I watched it as a kid, and then I watched it again when it was airing on Twitch. After I'd already learned some Yu-Gi-Oh! And I'm like, oh shit, they're breaking every single rule. My profile.
Oh yeah, they do that. That I know too.
My profile picture for the longest time, and it's still my profile picture in some places because I feel like I have to, per a contract I kind of made in middle school, is the tuner card Booten. Like, it's a flying pig, but so the OG characters are dead. There's a crossover movie with 5Ds, GX, and OG, and the 5Ds pro tag is surprised to see them alive. Huh. I didn't know about that. What was I saying?
Yugi died at the primal age of 40 from a heart attack.
There's a tuner monster called Booten, and they're in the card game. There are two editions of it, and one of them has a halo, and one of them doesn't. And my friend, who is still my friend, even though we don't talk quite so much anymore, is like a purist for this particular card, and says that you have to use the original version. and all other versions are evil. So I made it a point in middle school to draw as many pigs with halos as possible and put them wherever I could. And I made it my profile picture. And it is still my profile picture in many places. I've recently branded the channel away from it because, you know, it's a copyrighted image. Even though there's no shot they actually, like, come for me, I want to own, you know, what I'm doing. Tuner? I hardly know her! Okay. Yeah, but, like, my Discord is still the profile pic, the OG picture. And it will always exist somewhere in my online persona just to mess with my middle school friend Tristan.
That's cool. I wish I can't like reward comments. I can't like pin them. Can I pin comments?
I don't think we're gonna go that route this time for this channel. However, you're welcome to like shout them out, say them on stream if I'm not reading them.
Yeah, Mr. Name here 99. Good joke, funny. Well done. There, now it's recorded forever.
Yeah, probably what's going to happen is once I unlock supers, those are just going to get auto-pinned.
Yeah.
In the meantime, if you want to donate, I have a Ko-fi in the description. It's not hooked up to notifications. Thanks for the like! What does that bring us to, Karnathi?
Oh, let me check. You are at 1.8.
Oh, shit. It should be up to 1.9 now then, right?
I
keep getting the beep.
Sure.
What are we at?
I'm looking. It says 1.8.
Yeah, well, okay, I'm gonna look at the stream itself. Well, that says 2. Oh no, we're up to 12. Uh-oh. Is my stuff broken? No, okay, I minimized Cheat Engine so it wasn't updating. There we go. That should do it.
Cheating. The streamer is
No,
cheating.
it was getting faster. It's just the thing wasn't updating. Oh my goodness, we're up to 6 concurrents. That's insane. Hello, everybody. Reminder that if you like the video, it makes the game go faster, making my job harder, and I have been stuck hunting this one secret for like the last 20 minutes.
Yeah, very entertaining gameplay. If you guys want to see a guy die over and over while I talk about whatever weird crap I think of, you're in the right place.
I've got the first part down. It's the part that I still struggle with even on the main stage, except they made it different on this stage to better fit the theme, so it's even harder. Like, I can get the secret just fine.
Okay,
I just got the secret.
Actual game opinion. Actual real game opinion.
All right.
More games. You don't have to do the difficulty thing. You don't have to cheat for the player. Fine. But more games should enable something along the lines of save states.
Ooh.
Where if you're having trouble with one specific part, you can loop that part. You still have to beat the whole thing. Like, after you beat it from that point, you know, you get a pat on the back and you go, you know, okay, cool, you have to do the whole thing now. But more games should do that.
Like
a lot
Geometry
of my
Dash.
frustration. Do they have that?
Yeah, Geometry Dash has practice mode. The problem with practice mode is you don't get the song to time your stuff to.
It's a little odd. Okay.
There's a specific practice mode song. So that kind of ruins the rhythm game aspect of it. But overall, I agree.
Yeah. Yeah, if I would be okay if that is that as a middle ground of we are going to loop this one section until you get it right. You will have to play the game, you know, the difficulty still exists, but we understand that it is one part that you are struggling with.
In Osu, I actually, like, I took out some, I did maps that I was focusing on, but I would cut straight to the hard part to just practice it. And then, you know, by modern Osu standards, they're not very hard maps, but I was learning. Like, 3 stars was insane for me at the time. So that's what I did on I think it's Vagrant Feet Vila by Faint. There's one of the 2 maps that's like popular for that one. I was like really struggling with, so I just broke out the part that was hardest and just did it over and over. And at the end of the day, that didn't even help me enough. I had to just, you know, get good at the game itself.
Mm-hmm. But I don't know.
But like, it's a strat that you can definitely use. Okay, we're back to this part. We have to just win Windy Bridge. That's it. No, we've lost Windy Bridge again. I hate Windy Bridge. I hate Windy Bridge so much. Windy Bridge is the hardest part of this entire game, and I say that having played nearly the entire game. Like, we're so close to finishing the game.
I will say, I think I'm not terribly consistent with going like, oh, this is stupid difficulty. This shouldn't. I beat Hollow Knight's Path of Pain, which you'll get there. You'll see it when you get
Oh boy.
there. Which is nothing but like a looping horrible difficulty thing. And I have finished it, and it is one of my proudest achievements. It's not actually that hard. It's great because I'm sure everybody who's ever played like Super Meat Boy is currently laughing at me. But it's for me it's very.
Well, Super Meat Boy is just like a different game, though, right? It's just a different style of platformer.
Actually, that specific part has some distinct similarities.
Huh.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal, but it's also it's fun. The thing that Hollow Knight does this thing that I really, really hate, where after you finish an area, sometimes they will lock it off. The Path of Pain locks irrevocably as soon as you finish it. For as far as I can tell, no reason.
This little bit.
Hollow Knight does that. Hollow Knight has some really weird
lock bits. Let me do it over and over again.
There's this one really cool section where it's this big dramatic moment, and you finally get to the special place. After you leave the special place, you can't get back. But there's... remember how I talked about Hollow Knight's secrets being inconsistent? There was two paths. There was two things to do. And I was going like, okay, hang on. I need to do the secret one. But I didn't know which one was the secret one and which one was the way I was supposed to go. I just went the way I was supposed to go and left and couldn't come back for it.
Damn. I was complaining about that right at the beginning of playing Sonic. I don't like secrets that are a winding path away from the main. I want little nooks and cranny type secrets. And Sonic does a mediocre job of that. Sometimes the secrets are a little nook and cranny way. I don't even mind this secret that I'm hunting right now. Because, you know, it's a very slightly different path on a day stage. But, like, there are night secrets that are nooks and crannies that are great, and there are night secrets that are, oh, you have to do this path, and you're not sure if it's the right path, and those are more annoying.
Yeah.
A couple I can think of in Alaska that are, like, really egregious about it. One in Shamar. It's like, which way's the right way?
Yeah, and more specifically, which way's the wrong way?
Yeah,
that's sometimes the harder question.
Don't do that to me. Don't make me pick. In this, it's very assumed that you're going to be playing these stages 1 more billion times. So they're allowed to have branching paths that you can be like, oh, next time I play, I'm going to do that instead, and then I'll get the secret. But when you're in Werehog form, like that's just, you know, you're not necessarily racing the same way, so you have more time to go back and do stuff. Okay, we're back here. We are going to take this slow and goddamn steady. No!
Sonic. Sorry, I was gonna make a joke, but I didn't want to distract you. It was just Sonic with Arthritis Simulator.
Sonic with Arthritis Simulator! No! Why is that so funny? Why is that fucking hilarious in my head? Oh my god. That shouldn't be that funny. Sonic with Arthritis Simulator. That's...
A Sonic with Arthritis Simulator gained us a viewer. Someone came in just to hear me say that.
Hello, viewer. If you like the video and you hit the like button on the video, it will make the game faster, which will make my job more difficult. Fucking hell. Make my job more difficult.
If you'd like to see this one path attempted a few more times, you too can screw up the timing even
I'll get
more.
there! I'll get there! It's just the windy bridge, followed by all the goddamn spike balls. Like, this bit's easy.
Back to game design ideas that I'd like to implement. This is super vague, but I like this idea. A game entirely about kiting enemies. And The
I'm sorry. Have you
one
played
part of it-
Vampire Survivors? I almost said Vampire the Masquerade.
No, in this you pretty much never fight them.
Oh,
The
any
one the
pacifist
one
challenge ever.
the one thing that I keep coming back to, what initially inspired this, is it's a super dark area where you can't see anything, and the only lights are enemies.
Ooh, that's clever. I do like that. I like that a lot. Don't touch the lights; they'll
Um,
burn you. You're a
yes, but
moth.
you do need them.
You do need them to
Other one,
progress. Yeah.
the other one that I keep thinking about is uh, I, this isn't, you know, those open world games where there's areas you're not supposed to be in yet, and it's because everything's way too hard and anything can one shot you,
Yeah,
and
I
you're trying to
have
explore
mixed feelings
around.
about those. They have to make sense.
Well,
Sometimes they
I,
don't just
I'm
make sense.
but also the games where you can kind of platform, not really glitch, that's not really what I'm saying, but games where you can kind of move around in weird ways and get to strange places, not in a like
Oh yeah,
speedrun.
Hollow Knight. I actually know that about Hollow Knight, that you can like sword bounce whatever, where you hit the spikes with your sword or your nail.
Yeah, yes, nail bouncing. It's so that type of sensation I really love. I love going in places where I'm not supposed to be and
That
doing
is
things I'm not
part
supposed to
of
do.
that is so ingrained in me that I consider it part of my identity. I love doing that. I chose a
I don't
goddamn
want
career because I enjoy
Yeah.
doing things I'm not supposed to be able to do. And for over a year, for nearly 2 years, I was a professional hacker who exclusively did things technically that he wasn't supposed to be able to do.
So I love that sensation. I want a game where the like dumb isekai plot story is that you're in a dungeon way too advanced for you. So every enemy can one-shot you, and any weapon or pickup you get, you can't use because it's too powerful for you. So you have to sneak around the terrifying bosses and try to get them not to notice you, and then steal tiny little broken pieces of stuff because that's something you can use. You can't use Cinnabar Staff of Fire, but
I
you
would
can use
fucking
this.
eat this game up. I just need you to know that I would eat this game up.
So it's you finding these incredibly scuffed, weird abilities that you can just barely handle.
If you want to game jam
And
this with me, I will game jam this with you.
yeah, I don't know. I really like the idea of picking up weird oddball abilities, and also just like it doesn't really work. Like you can set your hand on fire. That's your cool power, but also it's really useful for this one thing that you need to do. I like abilities where it's weird and quirky and strange. I get very sad
Maybe I
when
need
there's
to
games
sell you
that are
on
weird.
ADOM
I get
because it
very
has a
sad when
lot of
there's
that.
games where they have weird quirky stuff, and then actually what's optimal is just like a DPS build. That shouldn't be the case.
Oh, yeah, in that case, I don't need to sell you on ADOM because one of the big defining features of ADOM is that a lot of the abilities just aren't good.
Yeah, and it's Binding of Isaac kind of does this. There's a lot of weird quirky items you can use, except for the fact that they're kind of not
No!
gonna make it. Oh, so close. I'm so
It's
sorry.
because it's so incredibly hard to time the jumps when it's this fast. Thanks for the
Yeah,
14 likes. I've barely been streaming today. Oh my god. And our viewership has been insane. This is
yeah,
this is the best my stream has ever done, I think. At least per time.
the YouTube algorithm has a thing where if it hears two people talking, it just directs more viewers.
Well, I mean, yeah, you're filling my dead air, and I've still got the Zoomer attention span gameplay going on.
Um, Other weird game concepts. I have one that I think might be genuinely unplayable, which is a top-down kind of sneaky assassination. Get through here, kill everyone, can't be noticed, by the way, type game. Um, but it's you can teleport, and you teleport wherever your mouse is, but it's instantaneous. There's no like flash. It's purely instant, and the camera instantly snaps to the middle of your screen, or like because your character is always in the middle, like Hotline Miami, except that you can teleport to wherever your mouse is. instantly. Which I think might be genuinely unplayable, but I'd also really love to try it because getting a high level play of that would be, I think, effectively someone playing the game as a slideshow, except the slideshow is going at like a million.
Oh yeah,
frames
you
per
would
second.
like the Spelunky world record, which is just using the teleporter. No!
That it's funny that there's so many kind of games where you go down and the speed run is get the random teleport and get
Thank you
very
for the
lucky.
like.
The speed run for Noida is
Yeah,
also just
but
drink teleportadium.
damn. Yeah, but Spelunky, if you're looking for Spelunky like actual gameplay, you just have to go for the no teleporter world record. I haven't even played Spelunky 2. I need to do that. That would be a great stream game. I don't know if it's quite with my channel identity, but I could definitely make it because I play Spelunky's probably my third most played game on Steam. I have all the achievements legitimately, and I hacked the world record.
Oh yeah, that's right. You talked about that.
Yeah,
That was
I did
really
some game
funny.
hacking. I by no means represent my top Steam score as a legitimate play. So that the honor goes to everybody who's running Moss Ranking, which is an incredible site. But in terms of like the technical challenge of hacking a game, it was fun because
Nice.
they've got little preventions in there at multiple levels, and it was fun to discover and bypass them.
Yeah, that kind of stuff is cool.
I am hacker. I am lead hacksaur.
You would like Noida, where the best.
I'm a Fury
spells
Forged
you can make
watcher.
yeah, it's just programming. You've seen it. Just straight up programming. I have the achievement for Noida for making an infinite spell.
There we go.
And nice, well done.
Yeah, I haven't even played Noida. I've just watched a lot of it. All right, 215.
There's an achievement for for making a spell that lasts forever, but you can get it very easily by just getting lucky. It's not actually, but it's not useful. This specific thing, it just gets you the achievement, and I got it by accident, and I felt very guilty. I don't deserve that achievement.
Yeah, I've hacked a lot of games to get my name at the top of leaderboards because it was just kind of a hobby I had for a little while.
That's so funny.
But the main two that I'm proud of, one of them got cleaned, but I like talking about it anyway. Is Crypto the Necrodancer.
Oh, really?
Both Spelunky and Crypto the Necrodancer, I at one point held the top score. Spelunky, it's still there. You can go check the Spelunky HD leaderboards for all time.
I've seen it.
Score.
It's funny.
Yeah, and then Crypto Necrodancer, I felt a little guilty, and maybe I deserve it, but maybe I don't. Talking to the guy who cleaned my score, and I told him like, yeah, here's how I did it. And he's like, yeah, here's how the entire technical check works. And I was like, oh wow, that's interesting. He's like, yeah, but like you mean you just hacked it? And I'm like, yeah. Because he had some theory about how it had happened accidentally, and then I came into his chat because I watched a lot of Crypto Necrodancer on Twitch back in the day, and I was just talking about it, and he's like, "Oh, why'd you do that?" It felt a little bad, but it was an interesting technical challenge, and I still hold by that. And it's a little worse if the community is actually using the Steam leaderboard, which Crypto Necrodancer kind of does. There are other hack scores on there, but that doesn't, with the Steam leaderboards, they don't use the Steam leaderboards. They just use Moss ranking. That's how like people have to upload their shit. I don't know. I don't feel enough moral qualms with it to not do it.
I mean,
but there's a discussion to be had.
The fact that you immediately fessed up and they went, "That's cool. All right, we're gonna clean it now." I think
no,
that
he
is probably
cleaned
the
it
best
beforehand. He just recognized me and the score.
Oh, that's funny. Hey, wait, aren't you the guy?
Yeah. Anyway, what was I doing? We are on our last secret. Wow.
Ooh.
Or second to last, I guess, because the last one is the one we get once we unlock the stage. Special mission, Eggman Land Battle Royale. At the beginning, head toward the screen and you will find it in the back of 2 blue orb items. Wow. Okay, here we go. We're almost done. Can you believe it? Christmas,
No,
just a week away. I am
away.
so
I adore
happy about this information.
That's one of my favorite pieces of internet content.
I love just saying Christmas just a week away at random times of the year.
Yep. it's enrichment. It's important to me.
I am monkey in cage. I need enrichment.
Hmm.
And of course, try again.
So for that teleporting game, it originally started out as a idea I had for an incredibly edgy game, um, where it's uh, it's a guy who's suicidal and he succeeds in killing himself, and then he gets brought back, and the entire game is every boss you fight is a different form of suicide.
I
Um,
wouldn't. I'm not gonna platform that probably, but certainly an interesting artistic take.
Yeah, I don't know. I still like it. But the point that's important for gameplay is as you go along, the person who brought you back is getting you better, right? Like, congratulations, I'll upgrade your abilities, right? And it, you get a little bit more health, you get a little bit more speed, but the final upgrade for each one of them is okay. I think we've moved past this. You don't have to worry about this anymore. So the final upgrade for like the teleportation recharge is it doesn't have a recharge.
Oh, have
Um,
very slightly tangential. Have you played
hmm?
Amori? Hey, it's one of
No,
my it's one of my favorite games of all time.
I've been
Uh,
told to.
but one of the things it does that's not a spoiler because it is a very easily spoilable game, so don't look anything up. Um,
Hmm.
is that it's got this concept of fears, and it's not a gameplay lock, but it's a progression lock where you're afraid of a certain thing. Uh, you're afraid of a certain thing, so you can't progress because that thing is there. And then as the game goes on, you confront your fears.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's a crazy game though. There's so much more than just that. That's like one of the smaller, interesting concepts
Yeah,
they do. I
that's
highly,
neat.
highly recommend you play Amore. And I've only played half of it. I've only played the good route.
I didn't even know it had that route. Noted. Okay. But so the idea so again, he's upgrading your abilities, right? And then finally, you're increasing your health, and then there's the final. Then this is the final one is upgrading your health, and he goes, okay, you don't have to worry about this anymore. And instead of your health bar going up, it goes down, and it slowly creeps down, and then it stops at 1. Congratulations, you don't have to worry about what your health is anymore. And if the whole thing's
Oh,
the actual game is one hit kill always.
yeah. That should be like. Are you thinking that's like when New Game Plus begins, or are you thinking this is all like
No,
a
no,
prologue?
that is the prologue.
Okay, very nice.
I also the other thing I thought of is at some point you get a 3-shot revolver, but the gimmick is which is the only ranged weapon in the entire game because everything else is only backstabs. Um, but if you miss a single shot, it just kills you instantly.
Huh. Like one in the chamber sort of style, but like without the part where your opponent has to shoot you.
What's one in the chamber?
It's a game that appears on, among other things, a lot of like Minecraft servers where you have a bow and one arrow, and every time you get a kill, you get another arrow.
Oh, fun. No, it's just a 3-shot. It's just a 3-shot revolver that you have to reload after 3 shots, but you can't miss any of them.
Yeah, yeah.
That's just what
So
it
with
is in
one in
my
the
head.
chamber,
But
the gimmick is once you've spent, if you miss a shot, you have to kill someone with a sword, and you can't use your bow again
yeah,
until you get another kill.
cool.
It is.
I
It was
dig
fun.
that.
It wasn't my top because again, I'm not really a first-person shooter kind of guy.
Yeah. Trying to think about. I have like weird scuffed game design ideas. The other one that I keep thinking about is a
Oh,
uh,
fucking
side-scrolling game where you have to. It's kind of like a hunt a legendary creatures thing. Um,
hell.
but it's very brutal kind of bow-based combat where you're doing backflips over animals and then having to. The one that I keep thinking is imagine a huge boar charging you, and your character jumps and kind of does a backflip and then aims and fires the bow at the back of the boar's skull as it passes underneath her.
Hmm.
That's kind of like my tagline trailer advertisement thing for it.
Okay. I have actually done like I know I was talking about it earlier as like a half-assed thing, but I have actually done a good chunk of work, at least ideation and like design work on a game idea I've had for a while. I don't know if I've already shared it with you, but you have a spell queue, and then item as every time you cast a spell, it puts it at the front of the queue, and the one at the back drops off. And I have like a lot of world building done for that. I just need to. I even have like an engine for it, but the problem is, I need to split the world into chunks because right now it's open world and it slows down after you load too many tiles. But I did this thing with it where I was talking about earlier. I did like proper server architecture with it. So there's no code. You don't need any code. When it's properly set up, you just SSH into a box, and then the game is right there cool. Because the game's binary is the shell on the user account. So it's seamless. You log in, and then it's just there you go, because it's ncurses based, which means it runs directly in a terminal using just baseline terminal inputs.
That's really neat.
But I'd like to do a graphical version at some point, and I'd like to, either distribute the full source code or distribute the source code without some of the ARG secrets that I'm ready to start with.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know Noita, the Noita devs do this fun thing where they've got like trolls for people who are trying to disassemble the game. Like they'll have sprites named certain things that don't adequately represent them, and then the sprite ends up being a different size. But I also know that
nice.
all of the spiciest secrets are directly in the engine, so they're way harder to find than just the files.
Yeah, they're
like
really
the cauldron.
Good at hiding stuff.
Yeah, I'm a big Hempuli fan too. I love Baba Is You. That's another one I have to play, although I don't know how good a stream game that is, because it's a puzzle game, so I'm just going to be sitting there thinking about it.
Yeah.
Baba Is You is one of the games where I pirated it just to see how it was, and then I was like, oh shit, this is so good, I can't keep playing it until I buy it, and then I bought it. And I hope Hempuli won't hate me forever for saying that I pirated his game.
I would, of course, never admit to anything ever.
Well,
however,
that's happened with a couple of games. Look, there are plenty of games I pirated, been like, I don't like this. There've been games. It's no different from like there's a game on Steam. I try it. I'm like, this isn't a very fun game. I'm going to refund it. But like there are some games where I'm like, I'm not in a state to buy this right now, but I want to try it out.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, sorry, I'm in a rough place in the game.
You're good. Please don't buy.
Oh, but content. You gotta die for the content.
Oh wait, excuse me.
Big boy.
Oh,
Big boy.
I do that.
This is a callback.
I'm not sleepy enough. I'm not sleepy enough.
For viewers in chat, that's a reference to the first like video we did. So day one of this challenge, he basically fell asleep in call, and he was like half awake for a little while, and he just said some funny shit that didn't fully make sense. I think I even left it in the subtitles for one of his things, where he's like, I asked him what he said here, and he wasn't fully sure. We're running theories. He fell asleep.
You did.
Still 10 more. Okay.
I don't know. I'd love to prototype that Archer game because I think I could do it with just no art, just stick figures doing it.
Yeah, that's why I did Encryses. Oh boy, it's gonna be really rough.
I'm pretty sure.
Ah, fucking hell! I was so close.
List of game ideas.
Yeah, I see. The thing is, I'm not even limited by my technical ability or my, speed of learning, because I can pick up. I was trying to pick up Godot, and I was having some success. It's just my patience. That's the only limiter. Is how long big ADHD energy. How long can I stick with a project? Because like when I start a project and I'm like hyper focused on it, it's like the best shit in the world, But I can only maintain that for so long.
Yeah.
So I have to be crazy enthusiastic about an idea, and I'll start really enthusiastic. And even if I have like a baseline enthusiasm throughout the entire project, there comes a point where like it's just not as thoroughly interesting as it could be. And it sucks because I really want to see a lot of these things through, but that it becomes the details of the implementation that I don't have patience for after a point.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But what's the joke that a good Tetris clone can be seen entirely from how like flipping works, like rotating the blocks, because it's the trixiest bit to get perfect.
Huh. Yeah, I was big on following the all the Tetris news as like Blue Scooty and folks were beating the game like for the first time in like giga years, and these are all people who weren't alive when Tetris came out.
Yeah. So I'm going through my list of like ideas, and some of these are games. I have one which is quote stealth game where you play as a tank.
What?
So that
like a World of Tanks tank, like government issue?
yeah. I think you're trying to be stealthy, which is interesting because that's oh, never mind. D rank every other game I wanted you to play. You should go play. This would actually be a good stream game too. What's it called? Had it, lost it. What is it called? Damn it. Brigador. There we go. You should go play Brigador on stream.
Burgador?
Brigador.
You're just gonna have to text that to me. I'm not gonna remember that.
You're good. I can do that. It's really, really good, and it's completely slept on. No one cares about it, and it's such a shame because it's such a good game. It's a top-down game where you play in a mech and you are a terrorist, and that's the game.
Ha!
I don't want to spoil more because I want you to
Get me
watch
put
the
on a fucking
introductory-
watch list. That's what you're gonna do.
Yeah. In a game, in Minecraft.
In Minecraft.
Let's see if I got any other weird-ass game ideas. Oh, game where you teleport to your gun's bullets.
That might exist.
That it almost certainly does. I have one here that is simply Piss Jug Lemonade. I don't know what that is.
Are you sure this is your games idea folder and not strange kink shit?
Okay, I do have one that fits. I do have one that I think this would actually work better as an anime than a game, but I really like the idea, which is, you know, those like, oh my god, a legendary hero summoned from another world. You're here to defeat.
The word is
King...
isekai.
Okay, so you know they're doing this and they get through it and they finally beat the big bad and then they go back home, right? You're in charge of the rebuilding effort.
So the problem is that every isekai under the sun has already been made. So someone's definitely done that.
Right, but it's not an isekai because the isekai guy is gone.
No, but like they have done that specific thing. That has been done. I hate to break it to you. That has just been done. I
cool.
can find the title if you want.
I'd like that actually. That would be good to see. Oh, I had one. More of an art project than a game, but it would also be a good game. Tower defense, but you're losing.
Yeah, it's called Dota.
No. No. Tower defense, but you are just supposed to hold them back so the civilians can run, and you are being overrun. And your entire there's no way to win. You just have to lose slowly.
Well, I think Bloons has endless mode.
But
I mean, I see where you're going for it narrative-wise. Anyway, I just got the secret key. Look at that! Oh my god.
One of the things that I keep thinking about is that you can, because it's sort of modern military themed, right? So you can call down missile strikes, but the missiles are inaccurate. So I have to get this building out of the way so the civilians can run. I'm going to go shoot missiles, and I'm going to pray that one of them does not go off course.
Okay, so what we're gonna do now is because we're still missing a sun medal. We're gonna do Dark Gaia Cauldron before we do the final mission, and we're gonna do it as fast as we can.
Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh boy!
And we're also at 2.5 speed, which is, I think, tied for our record. It might be one off. If you like the video, fun fact, it makes the game go faster. Yeah, so we have to do this at high speed. We might have to do it multiple times. Oh my god.
Oh, sorry for just spamming like game ideas. I don't know.
No, no, this is great. This is absolutely the kind of content I want on my stream. Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm just getting pummeled. I need to get out of here. Why aren't you... Okay. Might have to redo this specific segment.
Okay, I had one more. This is just an idea. It's not really a game concept. But I keep thinking of this one thing where it's time to go to the next place, right? Like you finished this area of the game, so now it's time to move on to the next area, right? And the way that you do that is there's this, it doesn't matter what it is, but there's an obstacle. Maybe there's a door that you have to get open, or you have to build like a little lifting thing so that you can lift yourself over the wall. So something along those lines, right? But the thing is that it's very, very far away. So you get to this area for the first time, and you see the gate, and you go over to it, and like, oh, okay, I need 54 screws, 9 nails, 10 planks of wood, whatever. But you can't get all those resources close. So, and this has happened before in the game. This is an unprecedented. So you have to walk back to town, farm all that stuff up, and then come back with it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you do all that. It takes ages. You walk back. There's encounters along the way. You walk and you get all the stuff, and then a day later you come back. Wait, it wanted 64 screws. Why is it 65 screws? Are you kidding me? No way. It said 64. I know it said 64.
Huh.
Okay. All right. Whatever. I'll come back for it. You get one more screw. You come back.
Shit.
And something else is different. It's not screws now. It's nails. So the game just gaslights you. And there's actually getting past that takes something different because there's something else blocking you that makes you forget or makes it different every time.
Interesting. I think
really
that would
dig
kind
the
of
idea
piss me off.
Oh yeah, I really like the idea of a game that, as you continue, sort of breaks down around the edges and crumbles, and also definitely
You would
gaslights
like
you.
Inscription and Pony Island and a lot of the Daniel Mullins games. Then
Yeah, I have Inscription. I need to actually play it.
it's a amazing game. Fucking hell. Get back here, you bird.
Another one is similar, like just game that gaslights you. You leave town, you come back, and like the helpful keeper guy or one of the characters looks a little different or has a different name, and it's very subtle. So you're not sure whether it was always that way or if it's just.
I like
slightly
that
different.
though. That's you could go an Eldritch sort of direction with that if you wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Like, beginning to look a lot like Fishmen. That's my favorite Christmas song. Beginning to look a lot like Fishmen everywhere I go.
But something else. Oh, it's another one I keep coming back to where, you defeat Big Bad and you walk back to your village and, oh my god, the village is being attacked by goblins. Help us. Help us. So the village is burning down and you have to go around killing goblins. But it starts to look kind of weird and eventually it fades. Oops, it was a mirage. You've been killing your friends this whole time.
Play off.
Oh,
that one exists.
Baseball bat one? Is that
a
baseball bat one?
That I haven't fully played it, but it's been recommended to me, and my understanding is that is the concept.
Cool.
More of these fucking guys. Okay, is that in time? That's probably not in time. That is so in time. Oh my god. That's every...
Well done.
That's... Okay, I've officially gotten every sun medal now. Now it's on to the final moon medal and the final secret. In Autobot. Oh my god. This is like completing the game levels. Like it's reached the goal unscathed, and there's a secret on here somewhere. Oh, and I need to cross out 216 so we can focus on 180. And we're doing this at crazy high speed, too. This might be your last opportunity ever to like the stream to make my game go faster. At least last opportunity for this particular game. We have to find the secret on this level, and I am willing to look it up, but we have to find it. Ooh. Ow. Shit. Okay, we're gonna beat it once just so we can have every single medal. And then once we beat it, if we haven't found the secret, then we look up where it is. Oh my god, this goes so fast. It's so fast. No, you don't get it. It's just so reactive. It's insane. Like, it's hard to control. That's how fast we're at. Like, I know Sonic's already a little hard to control, but this is, like, nuts.
You touch, like, I hear you click the button for a nanosecond, and Sonic darting to the left is really showing me how tough this is.
Yeah. It's so crazy. There it is. There's the secret. Getting fired at from all angles. Oh, that's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's the goal. That's the goal. That's the goal. Here we go. Oh my god. We just beat the game. We just beat the entire game from start to finish. You ready? We're going to watch the movie. We're going to watch the secret movie, 32. I only have 14 lives. I don't know what's up with that. I think there's a 15th, but whatever. I don't know. We're going to look at all our stuff first. We're going to marvel at everything complete. Okay, now we're going to go to movies. We're going to go look at the final movie.
Is this a Kung Fu Panda parody?
This is a Kung Fu Panda reference.
Okay. Ugh.
This is a Kung Fu Panda reference.
I didn't need to say that. That's your final reward? That's what you get?
We beat the game, bros. We beat the game.
Well done. Well done.
All right. Anybody want to see any particular stages, or are we gonna wind down with fucking Monster Jam for the PS2?
No, you got to play Ultra Hell.
Nah, I don't want to play Ultra Hell right now. I want to play Monster Jam for the PS2. Thank you, everybody who was here for Sonic. I think we're gonna transition away now that we've literally beaten the entire game from start to finish. Every single secret.
Viewers, the Snapcube viewers, you're giving them up.
No, it's okay. They have the video I put out today, which is a cool video. They have the video I first put out. They're gonna have whatever video I put out with this. And I get to have a little fun dicking around with a much easier racing game. Wow. We beat the game.
Well done.
We're going to look at our title screen, and we're going to see a completely maxed out save file. And it's going to be intensely resolutional. Like, oh my goodness. Whew. That's pretty fucking sweet.
Nice. Very nice. I like Amy just being there.
Yeah, it'll when you make a new save, it'll randomly select one of the characters, and I got Amy. All right. Wow. It's so fast, too. It's so fast. Look, here, I'm going to press my turn off the speed hack button. That's the normal speed. And this is what we've reached. Okay. All right. Let's exit without saving because it auto-saves. And let's put on goddamn Monster Jam for the PS2 and dick around a bit. I should also peek at Discord. Oh, that's just you sending me the name. Okay, got it.
Yep.
Brigador. Yeah.
It actually would be a good stream game to play blind.
Yeah, yeah. And the stream is working. If it's getting the video, it should also be getting the audio. I'm gonna Alt-Enter this. And we're gonna carry over our speed. Except this game has no stakes. I started a save file. We're gonna ignore it. We're gonna make another one. We're gonna call this Alpha. And now we're gonna fucking relax. We're gonna do the championship. Alright, what car are we using? We're using Gravedigger? Or are we using Monster Mutt? We're using Bounty Hunter! Bulldozer! Blue Thunder! King Crunch! Which one are we doing, Carnavi?
I like Can Crunch.
King Crunch! We beat Sonic Unleashed. That's crazy. I was not ever able to beat Sonic Unleashed as a kid. We just did everything. Alright. So this one you have to hold down a fuel button. But you get a bunch of points for like... Oh my god, it's so slow. It's not a very performant game, especially when you're trying to run it at crazy speeds. You get points for like destroying stuff. So you don't have to finish well. I think you're supposed to specifically for these, but for like lots of maps and challenges, it's just about like breaking stuff, which I can get behind, you know. Oh, that's straight into a river. Okay. It's a very forgiving game too. It just lets you do whatever. Yeah, it's running very slow. I think we have to turn off the speed hack, unfortunately. It does not seem to play nice with the speed hack, so unfortunately we will be disabling the speed hack and just playing. Isn't this the racing game you guys came to see? Isn't this the racing game that got me all the viewers?
I mean, you could basically put Sonic in there. That car looks like Sonic.
It does. This is the Sonic car, guys. I don't want to change the title because I want this to be the title that people see when they watch the VOD. But like...
German behavior. Trolling people when you come in.
It's Sonic, guys! Look. I'm blue and I'm like, going fast.
Who's the guy that does YouTube videos where it's like, oh yeah, this is this song from this game, except it's not?
Silva Gunner.
Yeah, you could do that, but for games.
Whoosh! Yeah, it's not running fast even now that I have even now that I have turned the speed hack off. It's still slow. This is so funny.
Oh, never mind.
Was
you know what?
Also my bread and butter as a kid. What's up?
Never mind. You know what game you should play on stream? I've changed my answer.
What?
You should play the Mad Max video game.
I'm
it's actually
barely involved in the franchise. The only reason I know the franchise beyond Stranger Things is because I think the term blood bag should refer to a vampire thrall, not to someone, not to whatever the fucking dialysis bullshit they're doing in that show.
Yeah.
Blood bag is so much better of a term for a submissive vampire or a submissive like human who willingly offers their blood up to a vampire. That makes so much more sense.
Yeah. The Mad Max video game is a decent game, but it has the dubious honor of just straight up lying about what it's about. The advertising material makes a very big fuss about how much like car customization there is. Every upgrade is a linear upgrade. There's no reason to use anything other than the best thing.
Oh, I want to talk about all my subversion of expectations video games, but I can't because then I'm revealing that they're subversion of expectations video games. So I'll just say I like DDLC, and the other ones that are better, I will keep my mouth fucking shut on for now.
Nice.
Anyway, we got first place and we wrecked a bunch of stuff, and that felt pretty good.
I'm not going to tell you what precisely, but Apuna does that at one point. I'm not going to tell you what it is because that would spoil it, but it is interesting.
Why don't you just send me a big list of all of these games, and they'll go somewhere in my queue, and then maybe one day chat will vote on them.
That would be interesting.
Dun, 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 dun.
I do think you should do Ultra Hell just an intro because I'm not kidding. You're gonna play Ultra Hell for I think actually 20 minutes.
I'll get to it. I should turn off my liking this stream stuff. Hold on. Pause. Let me go to OBS and be a little bit more honest about this. Where's the window capture? This one?
You may like this stream. It will do nothing, but it will make me happy. And isn't that reward enough?
Where do I want to put chat? I just put in chat here. Put chat here. Sure.
Who's
Playing Monster Jam. Wait, no, it works because Sonic is a monster in Unleashed.
Mm-hmm.
It works so well.
It's not very sexy though.
People who like Monster Jam like it because they associate it with testosterone. So I don't know about that.
That's fair. I don't know.
It's not my cup of tea. If I'm looking for testosterone in like a partner, this is not the type of person I'd be looking for. But I'm very happy with my current partner who does not have large amounts of testosterone. And you know, I don't know what the B was. I'm happy. I'm bi, but I'm happy with my current setup. So it's kind of a moot point outside of identity.
Sorry, I don't want to like bring this up in any pointed way. I just think it's interesting. I read a story about someone who was like a married dude who had been married for a while, you know, had kids, and he came out as bi, which is interesting to me because I kind of consider that a dick move in this instance because it made his wife very nervous. Which is you know by erasure.
If that's an issue, then you have trust issues in your relationship that you have to deal with anyway.
Okay, and that's fair. My only counterpoint is like, I don't know. The jerk response, right, is like, what's the point of coming out if you're happily married? Which is dumb. That's not really like why.
It's just an identity thing.
But at the same time, like I don't know. I do kind of think it's a dick move on the part of that dude.
I don't think so, but I think it's very cultural too. Like, I'm happy with my SO. We'll still both, point at people who we think are hot and say, "Oh yeah, that person is hot," in not quite so personal a way. But I think I can speak for them when I say that we're both very secure and that we're not going to get cheated on. So when I came out as bi, it wasn't. I mean, they get a little like fake jealous at times, but it's nothing that's like, it's nothing real. So no, I would say the dude coming out as bi, he's absolutely entitled to come out as bi. That's just, and if he has trust issues in his relationship, that's a problem. That's a problem that should even, they should look for solutions to that. But
Yeah.
I don't think the solution is continue to hide your identity, right? Or
Yeah, and that's
essential
I think
parts of
that's
who you
fair.
are. But yeah, society has a lot of and I'm going to speak very broadly and very potentially controversially. Society has a lot of expectations that are from the concept of patriarchy about cheating and loyalty in a
Yeah.
relationship. I'm not even talking about like CNM. I'm talking about if a man cheats on his partner with a woman, who do you blame? And my answer is 99% the man.
Yeah.
Like
No,
it's
the
a nice
homewrecker,
thing to do to make sure that whoever you're having sex with or whatever is not in a committed relationship. But you don't have to. You have no contract with the person that they have a contract with, a social contract.
Yeah.
So when all these when you hear all these things about someone being a home wrecker, that's really just a way to take a bunch of responsibility away from the man, unless they're both in relationships that are monogamous, right?
Yeah. Yeah. No, it is kind of funny. It's like, oh no, she seduced me. Okay, have you considered having the slightest amount of a spine?
Exactly.
Like,
Like
what are we doing that I can
I
kick my ass and be like, oh,
I,
committed life for 50 years? I have decided to ruin this for no reason.
I wouldn't be happy if my partner cheated on me. I wouldn't be happy with the person they cheated on me with, but
But also,
all of the
that's fine with your
blame
partner.
and all of the
Yeah.
personal feelings would go to the person who I had the social contract with, and none of it, maybe 1% of it, would go to the person who enabled it.
Yeah. I think it's I don't know how I'd actually feel about this. I think it's impossible to really know how you feel about something that emotionally charged. But I think if I was in a committed relationship with somebody and then I found out that they cheated on me, I don't think I'd ever be angry. I think I'd only ever be upset.
Um, that's that's a good way to funnel your emotions, but consider that it might be very difficult for you. I'm gonna speak to some personal, issues and growth. But
Hmm.
I had a really really rough breakup in 2021. I think
Hmm.
might have just been 20. No, it was in 2020. Um, and at the start of it, I didn't harbor any ill will towards the person, but I felt even though I never acted on anything, I like. But by the time these were the feelings I was having, I was not interacting with this person, and I had no legitimate intention to harm them. It was a lot easier to process those emotions through anger as opposed to through just sadness. Because even if it's false and even if it's just a comfort belief, it's a lot easier to let yourself believe that it's just my crazy ex, even if it's split or if it's mutual or whatever's going on. It's a coping mechanism, and it's not even necessarily one that I'm gonna fault people for as long as it's internal and you're not actively lashing out at someone.
Yeah, I think that's interesting. And I think I'm honestly, I think I'm full of shit. I think if that actually happened to me, I would probably just be angry or I'd have some emotional
But
response that I
if
couldn't.
if I intend to maintain my relationship with someone, unlike that breakup, uh, then yeah, that is usually the route I go, because it's a lot easier to appeal to empathy than to express anger at someone and have them get defensive.
Yeah, I wonder if I'd be angry. I think it would really depend on like if they screwed up or something. The thing was that like, oh man,
You're gonna
I made a
speculate a
mistake.
lot here. It's something you
Yeah,
really only find out when you're in the position.
but I don't know. I think it's interesting the ones that like it was a mistake, dude. That takes at least like 20 to 30 minutes to set up and do. That is a
No, yeah,
long mistake.
cheating. I mean, I've never been cheated on. I would bet a lot that I never will be cheated on because my partner's good. Um, but yeah, for more minimal um, disagreements or fights or whatever. Uh, yeah, you if you make it if you make it less about being angry at what they did and more about sad about how it affected you, and I'm not even saying this is something you can like directly control, but you can if you feel angry about something, you can like take a step back and be like, oh, maybe I should take a breather before I continue this. What? I got stuck. Oh, triangle respawns you. Sorry. Okay. Yeah. If you just take a breather and be like, all right, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna wait for these emotions to dissipate and go for these ones instead, you can have more productive conversations.
Yes.
Emotions are hard to control, though. It's like
Mm.
there are some emotions, especially like, you know, oh shit, I got eliminated. Especially like stuff around the concept of forgiveness, where it's like you can't force yourself to do that. I want to replay that. Let me replay that. So if you're looking to elicit a specific emotion, it's not as simple as feel that emotion. It's not as simple as feel sad and not angry. Sometimes there's a lot of external work you have to do to coax your internal to feel an emotion.
Yeah.
And that's a large section of mental health. That's called third wave mental health. That's mindfulness. That's DBT, dialectic behavioral therapy. There's lots of those techniques. As someone who's not had CBT or DBT, but rather had a counselor as a child who helped me through some shit in not particularly clinical ways. But then I, went and took an abnormal psych class and also some other psych classes. And also my mom is a clinical psychologist with her own clinic. Yep.
This is funny.
That
would be so weird.
I'm so psyched that I beat.
No, that's awesome. That's super cool.
No, yeah. No, Mom did her master's thesis on something to do with dyslexia. So while she was working on that, I was constantly getting math problems. It's like, hey, do you have dyscalculia? I'm like, for the last time, Mom, no, I don't have dyscalculia. And then I'd answer some annoying non-trivial math problem for her to prove that I don't have dyscalculia.
I don't have dyslexia. The only thing that I have that's somewhat close to that is sometimes I'll get the order of numbers wrong, which I realize that's a dyslexia thing, but I think that's mostly just me being a silly. I don't think that's
pretty normal if there's a long string of numbers.
The one weird thing is I will mix up some letters and numbers. So, and some letters with letters. C and S for me. I think 4 and R I'll do, which is interesting. Like I'll mean to write 4 and I'll like be thinking about something else and write an R. I guess because they're just next door in my head.
I need, as someone who can't diagnose you, I need greater context to even theorize about how often this shit happens.
This is like, I don't even know. Once every few months, it'll funny happen. It is not an issue. I just think it's interesting.
Yeah. Well, yeah, with nearly every disorder, we put them in the DSM as disorders because they cause you stress. If you're quirky, there are very few situations where it's going to be... There ought to be very few situations where you're quirky and it's diagnosed as something just because you're quirky. There are situations. Pica, bad for you even if you don't mind it. Don't eat hair. It will fuck up your digestive system. Bipolar, you may be very happy during mania, but manic people are very likely to kill themselves. But like for basically every other case, you have to be properly suffering in order to...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm hopeful that if you ever get like magic future vision, like fully scan your brain, find out everything, we're gonna get some like, oh, that's interesting. You have 0.1% dyslexia. That's the lowest I've seen that's been detectable.
So about that, that's there's a lot of debate about that because there's lots of stuff where there's debate over whether or not you can even pick it up in a brain scan at all, or whether it exists in that way as something quantifiable. because lots of things in the DSM are just sets of like symptoms, and you might have multiple reasons those symptoms are going on.
Yeah. Yeah,
And it's especially prevalent nowadays with the greater focus psychiatrically and psychologically on autism. Like I was talking yesterday, I don't consider myself autistic. I don't even really use the term on the spectrum. My sibling is autistic and has a diagnosis for it. And people who have siblings who have autism often exhibit some traits of autism. So I can point those out in myself. And there are lots of people in my position who might even use the term on the spectrum. But it really is, I'm comfortable sticking to, well, I'm not disordered. I don't have issues with that. So it's not a problem for me. So why identify in that way? So I usually just use the language autism coded. If I'm talking about, I have massive tolerance for repetition. I am sometimes socially awkward.
Yeah.
I am, however, diagnosed ADHD.
My dad was incredibly insistent that I never ever be diagnosed as ADHD. He was incredibly angry when in college I tried to get extended time on tests along the lines of, you'll never get a job if you do this. You're just labeling yourself as disabled for the rest of your life.
So there is, obviously I don't support your dad there, but there is genuine discourse to be had on that, especially since, it does make it harder to migrate to Canada, for instance.
What?
Yeah, Canada has ableist immigration policies.
That's it, like, just straight up, like it's written. That's what it's.
Yeah, and I only learned that after I got the diagnosis too. But then even beyond that, there's like a, it can set you up for thinking you need to have help on things, and these are things to discuss. They're not necessarily things I think you should take at face value and say, oh, in that case we shouldn't be pursuing diagnoses. But it is a complex subject. To you label someone as having a disorder, and now they're less likely to try on certain things, and it's like there's discourse surrounding how do you refer to the disorder? Do you are you ADHD? Do you have ADHD? Are you dealing with ADHD? Even language like that is like back to DBT.
I was slightly surprised earlier when you said your sibling has autism, because I thought the accepted thing is autistic.
I haven't paid super close attention to it.
I don't care, to be clear. I just think it's
actually, as far as I understand, the language most folks tell you to use is person first. If I'm in a really formal setting, I'll pay it more mind, but for the most part, I'll use them interchangeably.
Yeah.
But person with autism, my sibling is a person with autism. If you want to be real formal about it.
Yeah, I do think it's interesting. I don't know. I have complicated feelings around that. Okay, here I'll say something actually slightly controversial, just because this stream hasn't had enough people yelling at you in the comments. There was an interesting story of a deaf couple who wanted to have children, but they specifically wanted to have a deaf child.
Ooh, that's don't do that.
So
I get why you would want to do that, but don't do that.
So they did like in vitro fertilization and ensured that they had a deaf child.
Yeah,
I think that's child abuse. Like,
I think that's shitty. I think if you make your child deaf after they're born, that's shitty. Hey, thank you for the like. We're a little past our we finished our challenge, so it's not going to speed up the stream anymore, but I appreciate it regardless. We're kind of in our wind down mode where instead of playing Sonic, we're playing a different racing game with a large blue monster.
This is Sonic. He's having issues. This is just normal Sonic. If you see anything else, that's a problem.
But if you want to go check the VOD, we did 100% Sonic Unleashed today, and I'm super proud. So right now we're just playing Monster Jam because it's a shitty little racing game that I also wanted to play, and I felt like in the wake of a racing game that we just played for multiple days on end, it was a nice thing to choose. Yeah, no, I don't think you should be um, genetically engineering your child to have a disability.
Yeah, I don't know. That was and that's interesting because there's some interesting discussion around that. A university that I went that some friends went to. I of course have never attended college. Um,
We come from the
uh,
same college. Fun fact. That's how
Shut
I met
up!
him.
No, we don't. It's not real. It's a meme. It's fake.
We took a
Um,
juggling class together, and he broke his arm right at the start, and he learned like
Shut
no
up!
fucking juggling.
You're giving out lore. They need to sub to the subscribe bar or
They
whatever
need
it
to
is.
join the OnlyFans to learn this. Is that what you're trying to say?
Exactly. This is private OnlyFans. You're lowering our market share. Brutal.
Anyway,
I don't
I am big into juggling.
What was I even saying? Whatever.
The IVF deaf couple and a university
Oh
your
yeah.
friends attended.
So there's some interesting talk about how do I put this? There's a slight tendency I've noticed in deaf communities to sort of, and I guess this is true for most disabilities, to kind of there's not a way I can put this that doesn't make me sound like a dick.
I think I know what you're gonna say, and yeah, there is a little
It's
bit of a social
pride of
divide.
your, yeah, it's pride in your identity. Like, yeah, I'm deaf. But it's not badass that you're deaf. Like, I get it, and it's really cool, and it's very important for people to be able to, be proud of who they are. But sort of, I don't know. It's this kind of insular self-protection thing that I notice sometimes that's a little gross. I don't have a real take, and I don't really have the words to say it, even if I did. It's just a little odd.
I can tell you, as someone who's probably going to go hard of hearing or deaf in his future, that I've watched my mom struggle a lot, and it's especially this is especially true because there's not quite so much of a deaf culture around here, but like I've just seen her struggle a lot, and she's like on a list for cochlears, and she's doing like a special stem cell treatment coming up because she really has a lot of trouble hearing, and it's deteriorated over my childhood, and it just it's really sad to watch. So I would not wish it on someone, even if there's a cultural identity that comes with it.
Yeah. Yeah, somewhere along there is my point. I have no idea what it is. I think it's strange.
Have you seen the
Like,
movie Gattaca?
Yeah, absolutely. I love Gattaca.
Yeah, that's the other half of it. We should. It's dangerously close to eugenics to
Yeah.
say I want my child to be exactly like me,
Yeah. There
to
is
have this specific disability.
I guess my one thing is there are people out there who, like, if you offered couples, not even like deaf couples, but just, hey, we've noticed your child is going to have X disability. We can fix this in the womb. They would say no. And I think that's kind of weird, and that's not something, I don't know. And this is getting into like kind of gross territory between like, well, what's a disability?
Yeah, no, this is a very rich discussion that Gattaca seeks to take on, and I think does a pretty good job of it, even if there are a lot of viewpoints to criticize in it. It's like, yeah, wouldn't you want to cure all diseases? Well, are you going to quote unquote, cure autism? Uh, but then, yeah, you get to like purely terminal diseases that will just kill you, and you're like, why wouldn't you fix that? And then you get to
Yeah.
like these middle of the road. This is awful to have,
Sorry,
but
I just transferred my
it keeps
computer.
popping up in our population, like schizophrenia. It's like, yeah, you want to get rid of that, but also there exists a non-terminal human experience of schizophrenia, and it's
Yeah.
difficult to quantify what you lose if you cure all schizophrenia. Um, I don't know. Rebecca Watson, who is a skeptic and science creator on YouTube, has an interesting video on it that talks about basically how some of these ethical questions loop in and out of eugenics and a lot of like white supremacist stuff. Which even if you disregard all the pure white supremacist stuff, it's like it's just really interesting to think about logical counter arguments to eugenics about you don't know what you're losing. And I don't necessarily know if I agree with everything she says in that video. I obviously don't agree with white supremacist eugenics, but it was a lot to chew on.
Yeah. I will say Gattaca takes it to the logical extreme, which is, congratulations, you have some incredibly minor thing wrong with you. You are now illegible for certain jobs.
Uneligible. Illegible means unable to be read.
Say it one more time.
Ineligible.
You are now ineligible for certain jobs because you have this, like, we can find someone who is slightly better than you at it in a quantifiable metric.
Alright, that's enough Monster Jam for now. Maybe I'll go back to Sonic and run in circles or something. I'm done with Monster Jam for now.
Play Ultra Hell!
I'm a little bit interested in, like, Fury. I want something I don't have to think about, though, is the main thing.
Oh, that's Ultra Hell. It's just a
No, I have to think about a bullet hell.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. Like Peglin! I could play Peglin. Well, maybe I'll just call the stream. I'm going to keep doing this shit tomorrow. I should probably get started on editing some of this. Karnathi, it's been great to have you. This has been very fun.
You. Sorry for talking about weird, horrible things so much. You're going to have to edit out like 40% of me talking.
I have to edit out so much anyway just to have a video that's even remotely watchable.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, it's been great having you. It's been a fun stream. We beat Sonic Unleashed. Oh my god, that's crazy.
We beat Sonic Unleashed.
All right. Peace.